have to wear a uniform for service or sacrifice. Every day, ordinary Americans perform extraordinary acts of courage and selfless service. Please join us in recognizing citizen heroes who have made a difference in the lives of others through their acts of courage and selfless service in communities across America. Nominate a citizen hero today at themedalofhonor.com.
The second I got on the campus, I knew Oswego was the place to go.
There's a place for everybody at Oswego.
This school just opens the world to you. Have the opportunity to explore and to learn so many different things, not only about yourself, but the people around you and the world.
It definitely is about the student. I felt it to be very about me.
Now that I'm here, I can't imagine myself anywhere else.
Here at WTOP, we pride ourselves on delivering you all the news you need to know from the day's events.
Whether it's happened on Capitol Hill or right here in Oswego,
we make sure you know all about it. We keep you up to date on all your favorite
Oswego and professional sports.
And our Storm Team 10 meteorologist will make sure that you know exactly what weather you're up against when you start your day.
Every Monday through Thursday night, make sure to tune in to Channel 10.2, because at WTOP, we don't just tell you the news.
We are
the news.
Most of us like to be out in the sun. That's why sunscreen and other safety measures are key to protecting your skin from aging and cancer. The FDA recommends using a sunscreen with an SPF of 15 or higher. Also, look for broad spectrum on the label. That means both harmful ultraviolet A and B rays are blocked. Remember, SPF plus broad spectrum equal healthy fun in the sun. Visit www.fda.gov/sunscreen for more information. A message from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
David Richey. I mean, they were. Do you think Bryce Harvey, Tommy John survivor, Nathan Evaldi?
Our son Arjun was born with cystic fibrosis. CF is a genetic disease that shortens lives. The CF Foundation has made amazing progress, but until a cure is found for all people with CF, we will not stop. Help us add tomorrows. Visit cff.org today.
And welcome back to Hockey Night in Oswego once again alongside Mike Romano and Nick Header. I'm Brian Rudman. We'd like to thank you for watching the pregame show. That's all the time we have for the pregame show, but be sure to stick around throughout the night as we have the intermission report. We're now going to send it to the Steve Levy press box with Matt Watling and Luke Owens. Boys, take it away.
Thank you, Brian. And first off, Luke, first game of the regular season, a lot of excitement. Your players to watch.
Yeah, we'll start with my players to watch. Let's start with Cortland, and in between the pipes for them, it's going to be senior Nick Modica. He's dynamic. Don't let that 5'6" size fool you. And with Modica, he's great. He can play down in the butterfly. 9.27 save percentage despite taking a lot of shots last season for Cortland, so he's my player to watch for Cortland. And then looking at the Oswego State side, Jody Sullivan, 1 goal, 3 assists in the preseason. He looked like he's become almost a new player of the offseason, almost a score-first guy. He likes to get in there and get gritty, and that's what Oswego State wants from him.
Yeah, he's definitely performed pretty well. And for my guys, I got to go with Doug Elkstem for Cortland. He's a senior second right wing on the second line, I should say. And from Stockholm, Sweden, a little bit of Christopher Brunn. You might know him, right? Probably not. But he's a guy that led his junior hockey league in goals in 2015, 2016. And there he is, only 8 points last year, so he hasn't quite found the scoring touch in his 3 years at Cortland. 11 goals, 26 assists, and 37 points in that, but he's just such a great skater. This defense for Oswego State really needs to be able to manage that and kind of deal with it. And now looking at that defense, Carson Vance, my player to watch for Oswego State, the junior transfer, we've talked about him ad nauseum, it seems like here. He finally got his NCAA paperwork cleared. He's ready to play. He's excited to play. And he also committed to Wisconsin prior to going to Western Michigan, a very talented player. He's been dying to play. He's just such a great skater, and he was top 5 in defensive scoring in Tri-City, in junior hockey in the AHL. Just such a talented player and a guy that the Lakers are very lucky to have. Reminds me a lot of Solo in the fact that they're both D1 transfers and both on defense, both kind of skating and offensive-minded guys.
Yeah, really excited to watch Carson Vance tonight on that top defensive pairing with Carter Allen. Carter Allen kind of the more defensive guy, but Vance is going to want to get after it offensively. He's a guy that's got a lot of skill. Lakers fans should be excited about Vance.
Yeah, when you look at a guy like Modica, only 5'6", so for the Lakers, shooting high on him would be a big positive, especially when he drops down to that butterfly.
It is, but he's just so quick with that glove hand. He's so fast. You know, obviously his entire career he's been playing at that, 5'6" height, but he's a good goaltender for Cortland. He's going to face a lot of shots. He's going to have to be real strong in between the pipes tonight.
Yeah, but we're going to take a quick break here on Hockey Night in Oswego. When we come back, we'll have puck drop of the Oswego State Lakers taking on the Cortland Red Dragons. Don't go anywhere. You're watching WTOP 10. On March 16th, the Lakers season abruptly ended in heartbreaking fashion as the Hobart Statesmen took out Oswego State in the first round of the NCAA Championship. 230 days later, and Oswego State's wounds have healed and is ready to make a statement. With 13 seniors heading into 2019, this is the year. The time is now, and it all starts tonight against SUNY Cortland. Matt Willing joined alongside Luke Owens in the Murano Campus Ice Arena for Game 1 of the 2019-2020 season, and there you see David Riche starting in net for the Oswego State Lakers, and he's a guy that really impressed in exhibition play.
Yeah, he really did, especially, as he said, we talked to him earlier this week, Thursday after practice, he said, that breakaway save I made kind of got the crowd into it. He said, that's what really got my confidence going this offseason, and of course, for Cortland, it's going to be Nick Modica. He's going to see a lot of shots as Cortland defense allowed a ton of shots on him last season, so he's going to be very active tonight in between those pipes. A shorter goaltender, but active and quick in between the lines.
Yeah, and he's a guy that made the most saves in all of Division III hockey last year, and that was with having a .927 save percentage, really a tremendous goaltender with a goals against at almost 3 at .290. So it just goes to show how many shots he faces, and he's still able to stop clearly a lot of them.
Yeah, and we saw on the pregame show, Cortland allowed 1,000 shots against them. Well, they were outshot by 400 during the season last season, so you got to help out your goaltenders. And Modica, he's going to see a lot of shots, but we'll see if SUNY Cortland can clean up that defensive zone in front of him.
Yeah, it's almost the offense for Cortland that struggles so much. They're a team that only averaged about 2 goals per game, and when you're doing that, you're not generating offense. And that's such a huge issue for this team because when you're not generating the offense, you're back in your defensive zone, and that's what makes Modica struggle to that degree, or really the defense struggle, is there's not much offense here. As the puck is about to drop, Pissarro wins it back to Carson Vance, and we'll start the game here. Carson Vance receives the pass from Carter Allen, and they'll look to move up the ice. Chipping in is Travis Broman on the puck. Modica plays it back, and Derek Brown will pick up along the half wall. Back to the point for Allen. He'll throw it back in for Broman, who's trying to slow things down behind the net. Takes a little bit of a spill, and a good job by him to maintain possession as he gets it back to Pissarro behind the net. Hesitating is the Lakers. Broman just kind of cycling around, and Modica gets the first rubber action of the night with the stick as he sticks it away. Trying to clear is Richie of Cortland, and he's just able to do so only momentarily as Broman gets it back in, but pickpocketed by Richie, who looks to dump it in and go off for about a line change here with Hayden Hart forechecking for Cortland.
Good job by Cortland there, clearing the defensive zone. Oswego State wants to keep the pressure on, especially early in home games. They love to attack the net.
Pissarro up to Joey Molinaro. He's the only man in as there's a line change as well, and a good job by him to forecheck, trying to harass the Cortland Red Dragons off the puck. Really quick action, and the Cortland Red Dragons, they can certainly skate with the Lakers. Not as much talent, but they can skate early on. Shot blocked. Jody Sullivan, and a hard block shot by Lavalle as the puck careens wide off the McMillan shot. Molinaro picks it back up at center point, moving down, and he'll leave it for Chris McMillan. Shot blocked again by an active stick by Hart. Out in front, Sullivan can't pull the trigger as the Cortland Red Dragons do a good job there to clear the zone. Novick battling, just able to get it to the boards with Elkstem, has it now behind the net. Pocket picked by Novick. Novick harassed by the Cortland Red Dragons forecheck, but he's able to clear it over to Zyzik, and he's got speed to the outside. He'll chip it in behind Grupp, the freshman making his collegiate debut, and does a good job screaming Zyzik off the puck.
Great job by SUNY Cortland matching the pace, as you said, of Oswego State. Oswego State wants to get out, push the pace, but the Red Dragons going stride for stride with them early.
And now the Lakers move up the other way. It's Spink and a missed pass over there looking for Mitch Emerson. But Spink will try to look for the puck behind the net. Emerson will get it out after a tried clear by Cortland. Emerson cuts the front, passing out for Fletcher, and a good job by the Cortland Red Dragons with an active stick there to clear the puck. Carter Allen with it now for his second shift of the night. 17:45 left to go in this first period as the Lakers dump it in for Modica.
Interesting to see this third line, Matt, of Spink, Emerson, and Fletcher out there. Haven't spent a lot of time together, so we'll see if they can get it gelling. Haven't really been able to click early on.
Yeah, but a lot of talent there, a lot of grit too between Spink and Fletcher. Those two guys definitely have a knack for the net as Spink picks it up at his own blue line, tries to evade a hard hit off of Alonzi, the captain for this Red Dragons team, and Emerson comes away with it as the Lakers go off for a line change.
Sorry, Matt, again, SUNY Cortland just keeping the pressure up. The forecheck's been great. They haven't really had any offensive zone time, but in terms of their own defensive zone, they've done a great job clearing in front of Modica.
Carter Allen looks to find a pass over to LeBlanc, and he's able to just exit the zone himself. And it's Kirkby here. He's got some speed to the outside. He's got a step on Bully, but instead it'll bounce behind the net. And the Lakers regain possession. LeBlanc lets it go for Vance, but instead it's intercepted by Boileau, and he'll look to go the other way. Behind the net is the Red Dragons trying to generate some offense. Lester, the extra skater and defender, in deep, but instead it's LeBlanc going the other way. He's got a 2-on-2 with Scorpio, and his pocket is picked, trying to enter the zone. Instead, Scorpio will just fire it in.
Oswego State starting a little bit sloppy there. LeBlanc looked like he had a 2-on-2 opportunity, but had his pocket picked there. But if you're Cortland, you want to get some pressure on because Oswego State looked, like I said, a little bit sloppy, trying to generate some opportunities here, kind of just hanging around that neutral zone so far.
Riche sees his first action as he stops the puck behind the own net, and it's Derek Brown with it cutting through the ice. Looks over for Novik, who leaves it, and just offside is the call. And we'll look for the Oswego State keys to the game in our first stoppage in play.
Yeah, and first and foremost for Oswego State, they've got to figure out that power play unit. They were 26.7% last year, but 0 of 7 last game, only took 13 shots. And second, avoid those after the whistle penalties that really killed them last game. They've got to stay cool and use the crowd to your advantage. You know, it's the first game of the season. This crowd's going to be rocking. Play off that early on.
Right, and they've definitely used that speed quite well for the Lakers, but Cortland again matching them with quite some intensity as DiMatteo, the junior, looks to exit the zone. Pissarro knocked down as DiMatteo skates back behind his own net. Broman, heavy hit, and his head goes right into the board with DiMatteo, and he'll slow to get up looking for a call, but play will continue as the Lakers have it. It's Broman again, back in front for Brown, cuts in, shot, save, rebound, trying to knock it home is Brown, but a good defensive effort by Cortland.
Great job by Derek Brown there. Got not one, but 2 shots on Modica, but Modica was able to move really nicely post to post. Brown didn't really have any of his teammates there in front, though. No opportunity for a rebound except the one that came to Brown.
Molinaro enters the zone off the pass, cuts in, look for Broman just behind him, as Hart will try to clear, but instead the Lakers pick it up. Pissarro looking for Molinaro, and he'll get it back in behind the net. Pissarro with it now, or rather loses it to Shiori as he looks to go the other way up ice. Controlling it is Max Novik momentarily, but he loses the puck, and it'll chip up and into the Cortland Red Dragons bench.
Yeah, and speaking of Cortland, let's look at our keys to the game for them. And first and foremost, we talked about it early, they've got to find that scoring production. This is a team that lost their top scorer in Mike Crowley to graduation, but also Alex Storjahan will not be out, their second leading scorer. And then second, help out Modica. He faced 38 shots per game last season. You can't face that many shots and expect to win. And third, play clean. There were 9 penalties last game between these two teams by SUNY Cortland. You know, the power play has struggled for Oswego State, but you expect it to pick up as time goes on.
Tyler Curry finds a pass for Zyzik, who miscommunicates, and they'll go back to the Cortland Red Dragons behind their own blue line. Hahn with it now, looking for Shiori, but instead he'll lose it, and Molinaro momentarily picks it up, but instead Jody Sullivan will recoil, waiting for his men to get onside. He'll chip it in here, a little battle behind the net, but Molinaro will pop out with it, and cuts over, shot! Zyzik not getting all of that one as it just goes wide.
Another great job by Oswego State. What they've done, if they've camped down low, they're not letting Oswego State battle down low. They're instead trying to make them settle for a shot from the point, and it's worked really well early on.
Tyler Curry almost has his pocket picked, but instead he's strong on his stick, and he'll find Zyzik and rather find the length of the ice for an icing as we get another stoppage in play here. 14-17 left to go in this first period Oswego State tied with Cortland 0-0.
Yeah, and one thing that Coach Ed Gosick said on Thursday when we sat down with him was the preparation that Joe Cardarelli does, the head coach at Cortland, entering his 6th season. He scouts a lot, and watching this Oswego State team, you know they want to get down behind the goal. They want to get some action out in front, and what they've done is they've really moved all 5 defenders right down below that red line, not allowing Oswego State to get much of anything going down low.
Isaac controls the puck along the circles, but instead he'll circle back behind his own net, looking for a breakout. Cortland's forecheck really active, making it tough for Oswego to enter the zone or really exit the zone, as Isaac trying to do so. Just can't get the pass on the ball. No, almost a big hit by Curry, but instead Sullivan will recoil behind in his own zone.
The question comes for the Red Dragons is where are you going to get that scoring production from? That top line of Hart, Tierney, and Riche. Only 1 point for Hart, 3 and 3 for the rest of his linesmates. So top line that really does not score a lot for this Cortland team.
Carter Allen, will fire it into the net, into the zone to go for a line change. As Cortland exits cleanly, 3 men back for the Lakers. Carter Allen trying to forces Cortland to dump it in, and they'll go for a line change as well, full sail. Lakers trying to get a quick exit, and Emerson will chip it in. No ice as he touched it up in front of the red line.
Just uncharacteristic start for Oswego State. They usually love to get out to that early lead at home. They haven't really had many opportunities at all.
Yeah, Spink with it now. A lot of zone possession for the Lakers, but not many great shots or opportunities, as you said earlier, Luke, as it looks like it's, Mitch Emerson losing the puck. Carter Allen steps up his man, but still it's a 2-on-1 the other way. Cortland drags with a 2-on-1, hesitates, pass out in front, and a great job by Carson Vance, it looked like, making his name heard here. And now it's Carter Allen back to the way on a mini breakaway. Back, shot, scores! Colton Fletcher gets his first in the season opener.
What an incredible job by Oswego State there. It started with Carson Vance going all out, penguin belly dive to make the block, and then bringing it down the other end. A nice little dump pass we'll see on the replay here. It was a beautiful dump pass of Fletcher, a guy that really made his mark in that preseason, and he's got the Lakers' first goal of the regular season.
Yeah, and Fletcher playing on that top line last weekend. We were a little bit surprised not to see him with those same guys, with Sullivan and the other likes of that line, but really for him, still able to find chemistry with this new line, and he's such an important player for this team. He didn't have the greatest scoring touch last season, but as a freshman, now he's really making his name heard.
Yeah, and really can't stress enough, Carson Vance, just a great job getting back on defense, where Carter Allen kind of laid the body check, was a couple strides late getting back, but Vance made up for it and helped out his defensive pairing.
Played it really to perfection, as there's another chance the other way for Cortland. Shot goes wide. Decent shot by Ritchie, but a good active stick for the Lakers defense. As back to point for DiMatteo. DiMatteo fires it in deep, and Cortland trying to step shot, and Ritchie gets it back out, and he'll fire it back down low as the cycle starts going here for the Cortland Red Dragons. Haven't seen them do this all that much, and it almost pops out, and it didn't. We'll get an offside call here.
Yeah, and once again, Oswego State, good job, but David Riche hasn't really seen a lot of action so far in between the pipes. Last time these two teams met, it was a 7-0 Oswego State victory, where Riche only saw 15 shots, got the shutout, but only saw those 15 shots.
Yeah, and if you're Riche and the coaching staff, you almost want to see him get peppered a little bit, not with grade A chance, but with enough chances to get him a little more acclimated to this game, because it's really tough, especially when you have a potential breakaway going the other way as your first or second save on the game. As Travis Broman trying to enter the zone and bullies his way through a couple guys and dumps it in for Derek Brown. Hahn with it here as he looks to exit the zone. Back out for Elkstem, and he cuts in. Shot, high save, and a good one by Riche. Good positionally sound. Oswego State looking to clear, but Elkstem keeps it in momentarily, and it's Pissarro one-on-one. Pissarro's got some time and space as he looks to the outside. He'll work around the net, puts on the brakes, and spins off his man for a little bit more space. Back out for Broman. Point shot to Curry, intercepted, and a sloppy pass there by Broman as Cortland has a 3-on-2. Looking the other way. Cuts in. Shot, save, rebound out in front. Wide open, and another save by Riche.
Yeah, it looked like Cortland might have entered the zone offsides. No call, but good job by Riche to stay true to that shot.
A really good save there for Riche, and that's him getting active and really making his name not known, but to have a big name here, a big save.
Yeah, defense kind of fell asleep. If there's no whistle, you've got to keep playing. Obviously, play two and play through the whistle. Oswego State didn't do that. And you see Cortland right now trying to get a guy sneak up off the bench, trying to get those breakaway opportunities. Those might be their best ways to score.
Carter Allen picking the puck up behind his own net, looking for Sullivan, and a bad pass as Cortland can keep it in here. But instead, Zeisig will exit the zone with 10:45 about left to go in this first period. Oswego State entering the zone on a dump in, and instead they'll look to clear it back the other way. Cortland Red Dragons here on a good job clearing the zone, only to Carson Vance at center ice. and he'll try to recoil and reset the offense.
Yeah, and one thing I've noticed so far from Vance is his speed out there on the ice. Definitely a guy that comes from Division I. He's used to that level of speed, and he's definitely making his presence known early on. Not in the box score, but has done a great job clearing that defensive zone and also getting back, going defense to offense very well, as all these Lakers defensemen do.
And you can see how well he thinks the game. He's not a guy that's just going to pass it. You saw it on that 2-on-1. Really an excellent job by him as the Cortland Red Dragons wait to set up shop behind their own net. Tanner Spink on the forecheck forces a sloppy pass, and he'll almost maintain possession as Parachek exits the zone, but instead Oswego State will dump it back in. Spink on it now in the corner boards. Back out for Novick, back to Spink. Looking down low, but instead DiMatteo will look to clear, and he does so only to center ice as it's Novick who backs into his own end.
I'll be interested to see how long Cortland kind of stays conservative. They're really content to just dump it back to the neutral zone and let Oswego State set up again. They haven't really tried to get any rushes.
Novick cuts in, shot, high save, and a big rebound. If you heard that one, it was the match. Back out again. And Modica shot again, and what a save. That's 3 beauties by Modica.
Yeah, really great job by Modica there, but Max Novick putting the pressure on early, and then Mitch Emerson just parking that 6'1", 200-pound body right in front of the net. Emerson just does that so well. He does it well in the power play unit. He does it well in 5-on-5s. He kind of moves from face-off dot to face-off dot, trying to find those deflections, but a good job by Modica. Swallows that puck up and gets the frozen puck.
LeBlanc wins the puck back over to Novick. Back in and around for Scorpio. He'll pick it up as he moves along to the half wall. Working his way back out in front. McMillan trying to keep it in. He just does so. But it looks like Cortland will be able to clear anyway, as Scorpio seems to find just a throw it back in as Modica comes out to play the puck.
Yeah, Modica's been a little bit kind of aggressive to play those pucks behind the net. He's got to be careful because you know Oswego State loves to collapse on goaltenders behind their own net.
Yeah, and a couple bodies collide there. Tyson Kirkby in the mix, as it looks like it's Cortland going the other way with some speed. Shot, save, rebound out in front, and Riche pounces on it.
Yeah, and again, Cortland, a nice little rush there. It was led there by Tom Riche, but Richie, a good job covering it up, but Cortland just hasn't had many opportunities. You talk about how much they struggled scoring last year, only 2 goals per game. Well, to look at kind of the difference in scoring, for Oswego State last year, they had 12 players over that 10-point mark, just 4 for Cortland. So it's really been a struggle for them to find their stride when it comes to scoring.
And this is a team that really prides themselves and builds themselves from the goaltending out. Good defensive team that looks to generate offense on the counter. Oswego State has to be careful there when they throw those the defense on the rush. As Vance picks it up, and he'll cut back down low and rather evade to avoid an odd man rush yet again. Jan with it now, up the ice to Elkstem as he looks to go the other way with it. Circling Vance around, but great position still by Vance. And a really great defensive effort there along the boards. Derek Brown with it now. Cutting it on side, a little move through the legs, back out in front. And a good save by Modica. Carter Allen with it now, shot, save. Cannot put the glove on it, but Modica will bounce on it there and stop play with 8:19 left to go in this first period.
Yeah, really good opportunity there from Oswego State. Derek Brown, a little nifty move, went in between the legs, got the shot off. But that's a really good line for Oswego State. When you talk about Brown, Passero, and Broman, and then usually it's going to be Allen and Vance. That's a unit that's very big, very powerful, and they can get a lot of pucks to the net. So Modica, he realizes that. He's done a really good job covering the puck and not allowing those second chances.
Sullivan gets the puck and he'll fire it in deep off the face-off. LeBlanc battling for it. He'll pick it up, shot, save, rebound out in front, and the Cortland Red Dragons will clear.
I know one thing we've said about Modica is he's only 5'6", but he just does such a great job going. He knows people are going to try to beat him up top, and that time use the blocker to kind of deflect it away.
Pelnick with it now behind his own net. Sullivan with it here, battling, wins the battle, and Lakers got some numbers they can hurry. 4-on-3 with it now. Into the zone, Zizek at the circle, shot, save, rebound. Sullivan stopped by Modica on a soft fly by chance.
Yeah, and Logan Blazer did a really good job there. It kind of turned into an abbreviated 2-on-1, but Blazer, the junior, did a really good job. He's a guy that comes from the CCHL, and this Cortland team, the defense really is what stuck out to me so far. They've done a really good job protecting Modica, and Modica's done a good job not allowing those deflections. Almost a second opportunity there, but a good cover by the Cortland goaltender.
Yeah, he's done a great job, and looking at the lines Oswego State's going to throw out there, it's that third line with Emerson, Spink, and Fletcher, who recorded the first goal for the Lakers here. 7:43 left to go in this first period. A beautiful rush for the Lakers going the other way, and a smart play by Carter Allen, to drop the puck over to Fletcher as Modica covers it off the faceoff.
Yeah, and the defensemen for the Lakers right now, Max Novick and Chris McMillan. McMillan did a really good job earlier in the game. It was one of the first shots the Lakers had. It went high and wide, but kind of started that theme for the Lakers. Just keep targeting upper, try to get those pucks to the top of the net.
And it looked like Fletcher beat Modica 5-hole, so a little slow to get down into that butterfly, very uncharacteristic of Modica. As the Lakers throw it into the zone, Tanner Spink chasing. Tanner Spink takes the body and the puck, battling with it now, trying to get off the check, but instead, DiMatteo will pick it up and look to exit the zone for the Red Dragons. Red Dragons look for a seam pass and just miss him, almost a really dangerous pass, as the Lakers have to wait for Spink to get onside. So they're slow entering the zone.
Yeah, interesting to watch Tanner Spink. Coach Gosick said he's been battling injuries. He missed the last exhibition game, so we'll see if he can get it going. Not necessarily slow, but kind of getting back into the feel of the game.
Spink with it now at the half wall. Back for Fletcher and a great back check by Cortland. Looking for a trip as the Lakers no call. Novick cuts in, shot, save, rebound. Cannot be picked up by the Lakers. And Parachak looks to clear.
What a great job by Novick there. He's so quick with those hands. Usually from the point, but that time made a nice little move to get inside, and really great job by Max Novick.
Rather Shane Bulio on the clear as the Lakers maintain possession behind their own net. Waiting to settle things up and set things up is Max Novick behind. Fletcher picks it off him and he'll exit the zone. Great forecheck there by the Lakers, or Cortland, and a heavy hit as Kirkby picks it up along the half wall. Working on him is, looks like Shiori, and they'll look to clear the other way. Cortland entering the zone behind the net. Riche directing traffic, and it's the Lakers that end up with the puck. Oswego State looking to clear, and they do so only momentarily as Grubb picks it back up for the Red Dragons. A scrum here in center ice, and Hart gets hit by Vance on the play.
One thing that's been interesting is the physicality between these two teams. It's been physical, but it hasn't really been chippy. We're maybe expecting a little bit of bad blood, a little chippiness in this very close rivalry game, but really both teams have kept it very tame so far, kind of still feeling each other out, which I think is a good thing for Oswego State, avoiding those unnecessary penalties.
Right for Cortland, keeping it close, and Scorpio cuts in, shot just goes wide and up and out of play. And you saw it there, he was targeting Modica high, that high blocker, a really tough place to stop the puck.
Yeah, Joey Scorpio kind of just used his awareness there. He planted on the blue line towards the Cortland bench, and Cortland looked like they didn't really know what was going on. Scorpio gets the puck in a good position, and like you said, a good job to try to go high, but it does go wide.
As we set up the face-off, it's Passero, Broman, and Derek Brown, this top unit for the Lakers. On the back end, it's Tyler Curry alongside what looks like Carter Allen, or rather Jeff Solo. Haven't seen him all that much. This third defensive pair, and these are two guys that you would love to have on your third pair, even second or first pair guys, as Elmstead picks it back up. Elkstem finally maintains possession. He'll throw it back in for Riche, who can't stop the puck, and Jan will be on the forecheck. Jan forces it to Curry. Curry trying to escape the zone to Passero. Touch pass over to Broman. Broman 2-on-2 with Brown, entering the zone. Holding up is Brown, waiting for his team to get back up. Passero with it, dropping for Curry at the circle. Shot save, rebound, no one home. A yawning cage for the Lakers. They had someone in that back post. Broman back out in front. Tyler Curry picks up the center point. Hesitates. Passero calling for it, but instead he'll fly by. Curry to Broman. Shot just goes wide on that turnaround. Great job by Jeff Solo trying to keep it in, but instead it's one-on-one. Directing traffic is Curry. Shot save. Rebound. Again. Another save by Riche. What a beauty. The crowd lets him hear it.
What a great job by Riche there. 2 shots on him. Great job getting down low.
Molinaro for Curry. Cutting back in. Molinaro shot save. Rebound. Behind the net for Cortland, and they're going to try to exit the zone. A little sloppy behind the net as Molinaro forechecking. He looks like he's turned it up another gear.
Yeah, the pace is definitely picked up for both teams here. Both teams getting some offensive zone opportunities.
The Red Dragons are really using that counterattack to great opportunities, getting a lot of odd man rushes, as they might get another one here. Elkstem on a mini breakaway, cuts in, shot. Big save by Riche, and he lets the rebound go to the boards.
Yeah, good job by Riche there. Stayed true to his glove, made a nice save, left the net. Really not open enough for Elkstem to get a good shot off.
And the Lakers battling with the Red Dragons. 2-on-2 in the corners, trying to move it out of Sullivan. Sullivan can only do so momentarily as he escapes the zone. Trying to clear, can't do so. Looking in, and the shot scores! Connor Beck on the turnover, and the Red Dragons tie the game at 1.
Yeah, they're looking for those scoring, and that time the puck kind of got a little bit loose. As you see Carter Allen talking to David Riche, it looked like Riche really had no time to really see that puck. Kind of went right between the 5 holes. We'll see on the replay, but Connor Beck, a guy that had 9 points last season, just kind of flipped it in there, and it looked like Riche didn't know exactly where the puck was. A lot of traffic in front of the net, but a really good job by Cortland to tie this game up.
And a really sloppy play by Jody Sullivan on that opportunity. He's the guy that when you're trying to clear the zone, use the boards if you don't have a pass. A soft flutter to really not the middle of the ice, but right by the circles, and a great chance by the Cortland Red Dragons to knock this game back up to 1. And according to the unofficial shots, it's 8-7 in favor of Oswego State, so Cortland seems to be skating with the Lakers quite easily here in this first period as Carson Vance finishes the check and Fletcher looks to go the other way with it. Colton Fletcher entering the zone, evades a check by DiMatteo, and instead will slide over into the boards. Shot by Vance just goes wide, and Carter Allen trying to chip in, but rather he'll wait and play back as Carson Vance goes to pick up the puck right behind his own net.
Good job by Vance there. He kind of went offense to defense. Looked like he might have been a step slow, but he wasn't.
On the end of his shot, Fletcher trying to touch up to avoid the icing, but he won't be able to do so. And instead we'll get an offensive zone faceoff for the Red Dragons with 3:09 left to go in this first period.
Interesting to see the two different play styles of these teams. For Oswego State, they've had a lot of time in the offensive zone. They've taken their time. They've had time to pass, get some good shots off. But for Cortland, it's going to be about those counterattacks, getting those 2-on-1s, capitalizing on the Oswego State mistake inside its own zone. A really good job. You have to capitalize on those opportunities if you're the Red Dragons.
And if you're Coach Ed Gosick, you're really not happy with this first period. And a hit clips Fletcher up high, and he's huddled over in the boards. We should probably see a stop to play, but Spink the other way, tries to put one by Modica. He can't do so, and Fletcher still on the ice in his own zone, and we'll blow a whistle here. Really slow, can't get off the ice. Really shaken up as it looked like it was a high hit on Colton Fletcher in his own end.
Yeah, it looked like Nick Grupp, number 2, the freshman for Cortland, came up, gave it looked like an elbow to the head of Fletcher right in front of that referee. No call. They're going to discuss now at center ice, but I don't think they're going to call that. If it wasn't initially called, there was a really good view on the play. No call. It looked like it could have been an elbowing, but instead they're going to face off at center ice.
And Fletcher really shaking up on the play. Medical staff here for the Lakers looking at him, still head down. And even Hansen looking over, and Novik as well, next to him on the bench. As play continues here with 2:53 left to go, the Red Dragons win the puck back to their own end, and they'll fire around for Hart. Hart along the half wall, bodied by Kirkby, looking to make something happen, but instead he'll force an errant pass, and LeBlanc will pick it up and fire back in for Kirkby. Kirkby behind the net, trying to cut out in front, a great body. Back up for Scorpio, shot, save, rebound, covered up by Modica. Another great job by him, controlling his rebounds and covering.
Yeah, nifty little move inside there, and you see Scorpio kind of pointing to Kirkby saying, hey, let's keep that in the back of our mind. That was a nifty little play. We had a good setup. But again, Modica stays true in between the pipes. He's going to see a lot of shots tonight, but he's done a great job stopping every single one except for the one for Oswego State. That wasn't really his fault, but he's really done a great job going from high post to low post, sliding from post to post. He's really been active, and he's a fast goaltender in between those pipes.
Yeah, you really see that speed on full display here for Modica as the Lakers' Pissarro firing it in. Roman on the forecheck, and again, Modica out to play the puck. Plays over to DiMatteo. He'll leave it for his captain, and Stefano Alonzi. Entering the zone is the Red Dragons, 2-on-2. Back out for Alonzi, and a great job by Pissarro to break up that one. Lakers clear momentarily, but DiMatteo battling for the puck. Instead, he'll push it along with Pissarro picking it up in his own end.
Yeah, just 2 minutes to go in this period. If you're Oswego State, I say you keep the pressure on. You want to get that second goal. Don't want to go in the locker room 1-1 because that almost feels like a Cortland win.
It really doesn't. Shot by Novik. A deceptive one there. Looked like it was bouncing on him as well. Modica does a good job getting the body in front of that one.
I'm just impressed that Novik was able to get that shot off. It looked like he was tied up. And we're going to replay the hit here. That was on Colton Fletcher, and as I said, it came over, and it looked like an elbow right to almost the jaw area of Fletcher. Definitely a scary hit and something you don't want to see, but good to see him up and on the bench with his teammates.
Yeah, really blatant hit, and seems to be okay as the puck drops, or face-off drops here, and Molinaro picking up behind his own net. Molinaro with it, or behind the Red Dragons net, excuse me. Over to Sullivan. Battle along the boards. 2-on-2 now as Isaac joins in. 3-on-2 as the Red Dragons trying to pry it away. Lakers just keeping it along. The refs not calling it to blow it dead. And instead the Red Dragons again forcing it out as they're trying to clear 3-on-2. And instead the Red Dragons come away with it. There's going to be a penalty, a hold on the Red Dragons. And the Lakers will go to their first power play of the season.
Yeah, it's almost interesting that it took this long for the penalty occurred. Last time these two teams met, Cortland 9 penalties, but this time the first will come late in the first period, and now we get to take a look at that Oswego State power play unit. You know, we've said how bad their power play had been during those exhibition matchups, but also Coach Gosick said, hey, we haven't really worked on our units, we haven't worked on our pairings, so it'll be interesting to see how they roll out here. It looks like it's going to be Brown, Pissarro, Zizek, Vance, and Broman. So a physical, but a speedy line on this first power play unit.
Yeah, look for Vance to be really creative on this one. A great passer, great vision. Not necessarily the greatest in terms of a shot, but he has a decent shot nonetheless. He'll be the power play quarterback of this one, and the puck will go up and down the ice. It looks like it might have hit into the Lakers bench, so we'll have a whistle blown dead.
Yeah, and Vance, also Travis Broman, a guy to watch. The first game of the season last year where Oswego State won that game 4-2, Travis Broman had 2 goals. That was kind of his coming out party. We knew how good Travis Broman was going to be, but those 2 goals really put him on the map for this Lakers offense.
Yeah, most definitely, as they'll keep this line out there. 10 seconds ticked off that face-off, or off that power play, and a puck soars up and into the stands, and we'll have another face-off.
I thought I was going to have to make a play there on that puck coming up towards the Steve Levy press box. We're going to have to lean down and snag that one. They'll face off again, but for us, we go stay at minute 15. And like I said, you want to get that 2-1 lead because a 1-1 game, Matt, really feels like a Red Dragons win.
It really does. They're keeping it in there. And I got to ask you, did you bring your goaltending glove or did you bring a blocker?
I left it at home. I got my blocker, though. You know, I got to block it just in case that puck comes towards you. Got to protect the face, you know, the moneymaker.
That's right. The face for radio here with about 1:05 left to go in this first period. Derek Brown entering the zone of the power play. And looked like there was an offside, but they won't call it. Instead, the Red Dragons will clear as Riche is going to set it aside here for Carson Vance to reset.
First look at this Oswego State power play. They've really, Cortland's kept that pressure up. You see them just camping there at center ice, not even allowing the Lakers to enter the zone. That's a great strategy against a power play that wants to set up and take its time.
Nice cross-ice pass for Derek Brown over Pissarro, who couldn't control, but the Lakers will enter the zone. No one on that point over there, but instead Broman does a great job hustling in from the slot to pick that puck up, but he'll lose it. And a great job knocking down Stefan Alonzi, because instead it could have been a 2-on-1 going the other way as Derek Brown leaves it over for Zizek entering the zone with some speed. To the circle, dropping it back for Vance. Looking for Pissarro. He gets it back over to Vance, and a sloppy pass there on his backhand, but instead Derek Brown picking up. Pissarro looks to be the trigger man on this one, trying to get a shot off, calls for it. At the circle shot, back out in front, and Broman can't get a stick on it, but Carson Vance using that speed to keep it in play on Homitz. Brown, shot, blocked. Rebound out in front for Vance. Shot, save, rebound again. Battling for the puck. Broman can't hit it as it's jumping and bouncing on him, and this first period will end.
And that was a great job by Carson Vance. He got this shot low. Broman was in front of the net. Derek Brown was in front of the net. But again, 1-1. Not the greatest of periods if you're Oswego State, but it is the first period of the first regular season games. Definitely a great job by Cortland, though. They maintained their defensive zone. They didn't have a ton of offensive opportunities, but they made the most of the ones they did have.
And for the Lakers, after that Cortland goal, they really seemed to speed it up a little bit, tallying the next 5 or 6 shots on goal. So really important for the Lakers to battle right back in it. And again, you've been saying this, Luke, where it almost feels like a loss where you're tied 1-1. There's been a lot of mistakes defensively for this Lakers team.
Yeah, they have been, and Cortland really did a great job. Not leading after the first period, like I said, but tied nonetheless. Great job by Cortland to come out here, and they really didn't show any fear. You know, we didn't know if Oswego State, with the 2 exhibition games, would come out a little bit crisper. The Red Dragons, no preseason games to get ready for this, but they still looked like they were ready to go out of the gate.
Yeah, they matched the speed of the Lakers, and when we come back here on WTOP 10, Brian Rudman, Nick Ketter, and Mike Morano will have the intermission show to recap what that first period was. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Hockey Night in Oswego.
And welcome back to Hockey Night in Oswego. This is the first intermission report. The Oswego State Lakers currently tied with the Cortland Red Dragons 1-1. And welcome back up to the perch alongside Michael Morano and Nick Ketter. I'm Brian Rudman. Guys, we saw a pretty even period on the scoreboard, obviously tied up. What did you guys see out of the first period?
Well, the Lakers, they have to clean up the passing. They did get a goal. Vance looked pretty good, but, you know, the defense wasn't all there for them. They looked like they were kind of struggling a little bit to find those crisp passes. Cortland was very disruptive. As you see, 8 shots from the Red Dragons, out shooting the Lakers. The Lakers have face-offs, blocks 2-1 in favor of Cortland, but very disruptive were the Red Dragons, and that really hurt the offense of the Lakers, and that's something they got to get away from in the second period.
And that's really something that's really unfamiliar territory if you're Oswego here. Getting outshot by Cortland, we saw in history's past, they dominate that. So being down 8-2 is really something that they haven't been in that scenario in a long time. And when you win that many faceoffs, you would think you'd dominate the shot selection, but they've been turning it over so much that it creates this kind of weird scenario that you're in now that you have to adapt to and just kind of keep playing that game.
Yeah, absolutely. This Oswego team, they came out firing. It seemed like they just couldn't seem to get those opportunities on net. What have you seen out of the Oswego State offense?
Well, as you see a shot there on Modica, a clean shot there. The Lakers just haven't been able to get guys in front of Modica. If Modica can see the shot coming at him, he's definitely going to make the stop because, as Luke Owen said in the booth, he's small, but he's very quick and he's very smart in the crease between the pipes, and he's going to see the shots. So you've got to put guys in front of him if you want to get it by him.
I think, yeah, I totally think that Modica has been tested here very early with the amount of shots. He always has to be ready and always has to be prepared for any shot there. So he's been getting the looks. It seems like he's been doing pretty well there, minus the goal that he gave up. But I think the Lakers have put a lot of shots, but really not on goal. It seems like they kind of have this shoot first, think later mentality. So they're just trying to get a shot on net there, and they really can't. They have to stop from doing that before they reach a panic mode.
And now, what have you seen out of Cortland today? Because obviously it came out a little slow, but got back in the game late in the first period, excuse me.
Well, first off, they've been disrupting passes. Right out of the gate, they've tried to match the Oswego physicality, and it's kind of shocked the Lakers, I think. I don't think the Lakers were expecting Cortland to come out this strong. They've been disrupting passes, as I said. It might hurt Cortland later, because Oswego, I feel like, is the bigger, stronger team, and Cortland is not as well built to match that and play physical all the way through 3 periods. So I don't know if it's going to help going through, but it certainly helped in the first for Cortland to be physical.
Absolutely. Definitely a tight matchup. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to have more first intermission analysis. You're watching Hockey Night in Oswego right here on WTOP 10. Welcome back to Hockey Night in Oswego. Here, first intermission report 1-1 between the Lakers and the Cortland Red Dragons. Alongside Michael Morano and Nick Ketter, I'm Brian Rudman. We're now going to throw it down to ringside with our ringside reporter, Michael Gross. Michael, what do you have for us today?
Thanks, guys. I'm down here with Carter Allen. Carter, you had that big hit in the neutral zone that ended up in a goal. You had the assist on that one. What'd you think about that?
Yeah, honestly, I was just reading the play. I felt kind of guilty at the time of the hit because they resulted in a 2-on-1 against, so my D partner bailed me out, and then just transition going up the ice. Emerson made a nice pass, and I just saw Fletcher right behind me, so it was big to get the first goal, but it's still a tie game right now, so we got to get more.
You were a little stagnant early in the beginning of the game. What do you guys have to fix so far that you've seen?
Honestly, I think it's just consistency. We were getting away from our positioning a little bit. It seemed like we were running around trying to chase the puck a little too much, so I think just positioning, keeping consistency with that, and it'll help us a lot.
Thanks, Carter. Well, it's 1-1 going into the break. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Michael. Great stuff as always. Now, guys, we're going to look at some players who you guys have thought stood out so far. Who's impressed you so far today?
It may not seem like, because judging by the scoreboard, but I really do like David Richet here. I think the goal that he gave up was kind of a bad defensive play by Oswego. I think that he really couldn't do much about that one. He's faced a ton of shots later in this first period, and you always have to put in your picture in your head that he's also competing with Hansen still. Technically, he always has in the back of his head that if he messes up, Gosek could also put Hansen in if he wants. So he has to have that in his back of his head there. I think he's doing a good job of kind of keeping his mentality, keeping it at a low, and just kind of playing the game as it comes to him. So I think he's doing a good job so far. I think he's doing a good job blocking those second chance opportunities and just defeating the play totally.
Nick, who's impressed you so far today?
Well, for me, it's got to be Carson Vance. Coming into this game fresh, he has not played with the team in the exhibition games. He has looked phenomenal. He's got the speed from coming from D1 to keep up with these guys, and he's showed that he can be very physical. He boxes people out, he bodies them up and keeps them away from the puck, and he is really filling the void that the Lakers needed on the power play. For the Lakers, hopefully they can score coming into the second period, but he has really filled the void on defense where they need him.
Now, guys, Mike, you talked about how David Richet's been good. What have you got? Nick, what have you seen out of David Richet? We know what Mike's thoughts are. What are yours?
Well, David Richet has been good. Like Mike said, that play on him for the goal was really just a defensive mistake. He had a lot of people in front of him. As you can see there, he's made a lot of great saves, one-on-one or with one defender there. But the goal he let up was a real defensive mistake. He had a lot of guys in front, and he couldn't see the puck.
And Mike, what have you seen out of Cortland's goaltending?
I think that he kind of knew what the narrative was going into this game, that he was going to face a lot of shots, and he needed a way to kind of figure that out, create a game plan in his head. Obviously, you can't create a concrete game plan, but you could just kind of have a picture in it saying, I'm going to face a lot of shots. I need to be ready at all times. And I think him facing that many shots has kind of been a good thing for him because now he's ready. He's not standing still. He's got the blood going here. I think that he's been very good here as we take a couple of looks here. Oswego's had a lot of chances in the beginning, but I really think Modica has been very effective here is because Oswego's really just trying to get a lot of second chance plays here as he keeps bouncing back to the defense and they're just shooting it right at him. And so I think he's just doing a good job of adapting to that. There's a lot of traffic in front of him, and I think he's doing a good job of kind of separating that traffic and just keeping his eye on the puck.
Definitely been a defensive battle so far. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll give you our thoughts on what needs to change for both squads. You're watching Hockey Night in Oswego right here on WTOP 10. Welcome back to Hockey Night in Oswego. You're watching the first intermission report on WTOP 10. Lakers tied with the Cortland Red Dragons 1-1. Once again, Michael Morano and Nick Ketter. I'm Brian Rudman. Guys, it's time to take a look at some of the things that need to change for each team. Starting with Cortland, what are the keys to ultimately getting ahead in this game?
I think the first thing you need to address here is to kind of pressure David Richey a lot more here. You saw what happened before. They really they have to constantly make sure that the defense may break down. There's always a possibility of that. So if you constantly pressure him, it gives the defense a higher chance to break down. And you might get a lucky shot here, a lucky bounce here. So if you keep that up and you keep pressuring Richey, not only is he going to get more looks, but there's also a higher chance that puck's going to go in the back of the net. Moving over now, cleaner transition. We've seen Cortland break up a lot of passes from Oswego. Oswego seems very jumpy here. It seems like they're trying to get a pass down the ice and get a shot on there, and they're breaking it up. They need to have a cleaner transition, so when you break it up, get a solid pass and get a shot on net. Lastly, do not burn out. They've been reactive to Oswego. It seems like they've always had an answer to everything that Oswego has brought to them so far, so you need to just not burn out there, keep it going, and if you do that, you're really going to have a really good opportunity to win.
Now, Nick, what do you think? What does Oswego need to change in this period?
Well, I mentioned earlier in the show that Cortland has been disruptive with the sticks. You've got to have better, crisper passing if you're the Lakers. And a lot of that has been because Cortland has really dictated the pace of this game and slowed it down, not allowing the Lakers to get crisp passes. The Lakers were really good in the exhibition games, 2-on-1s, 3-on-1s with great passing. They have to get back to that. Also, stay physical. You will probably burn out the Cortland Red Dragons later in this game if you stay physical, and I know they can do that because of the exhibition game. They were able to keep that going through 3 periods. And finally, create havoc in front of Nick Modica. He's been great. He's a shorter goaltender, but if he can't see, he can't stop pucks.
And now that's all the time we have on the first intermission report. We're now going to send it to the press box. Matt Watling and Luke Owens.
All right, thank you, Brian. Alongside me is Luke Owens, as you mentioned. And this 6th game in this first period where Cortland's really matched the tempo and the energy of Oswego State, really even matching their talent, it seems like.
Yeah, something that we definitely were expecting, especially, as you said, matching that tempo, matching that energy. This is the first home game for Oswego State, but you know Cortland would love nothing more than to come in here and get an upset. The Lakers have won basically each of the last 7 matchups. They've owned this series overall. They won both games last season. They're 79-10-2 all-time against Cortland. But Cortland wants to say, hey, throw those numbers out the window. This is a new team for us. We've got a lot of young talent that played in significant minutes last season, and they were ready to roll off the puck drop. But as Mike mentioned, can they keep that pace up? Can they match stride for stride with Oswego State, a team that really rolls a deep 4 lines?
Yeah, Oswego State has that firepower, but really just hasn't been shown, and they're forcing a lot of unnecessary errors, a lot of odd man rush the other way. The defense feels too excited to jump back up into that play. As we start this first period here, Lakers winning the faceoff back to their own end. 20 seconds left to go on this power play for Oswego State as Pissarro enters the zone. He'll slow things down, looking for Vance at the center point. Instead, he'll fire his way back down for Zizek. Center point for Vance as he walks the line. Hesitates. Zizek at circle. Back out across, and Derek Brown can't get a hold on it. Sloppy pass shot. Good save by Modica.
Great job by Vance with the positioning there. Got that puck kind of right at almost the pad level, but a good chance for a deflection. Unfortunately for the Lakers, Derek Brown and Travis Roman both kind of whiffed on the chance to deflect that into the top of the net.
Right. Speaking with Coach Gosick earlier in the week, he said that he wants to see more movement on this, more of a dynamic power play, not just sitting there. What have you seen so far in this first period, in this first opportunity, Luke?
Not a lot of shots on goal, and that's another thing that the Lakers have stressed. Only 13 shots on 7 opportunities last year, a touch under 2 shots per power play, and I think you want to pepper the net. You want to get those second opportunities. Oswego State's kind of just been waiting for the perfect shot.
Yeah, and they've definitely trying to generate something here as the power play just expires. Back out in front, almost a goal on the behind-the-back spinorama pass, and Modica will cover it and get a whistle here with 9:24 left to go in the second period.
And one thing we failed to mention is that Cortland had a very, very strong penalty kill unit last year, 84.7% on that penalty kill. Obviously, Oswego State, we know how strong they were on the power play last season, but Cortland, for a team that doesn't score a lot, but they're very good on the defensive side and a good penalty kill unit, killing off the first penalty of this game.
Yeah, they're a team that really, really does like to kind of sit back, but also they've got a couple guys that are really aggressive, really speedy forwards that can pressure the puck carrier on that blue line, which makes it so tough for guys like Carson Vance and even Tyler Curry, who last year at least power played the quarterback the power play as well, excuse me. As the Lakers win the faceoff, Broman back over to Vance. Shot, save, rebound back to the half wall as Carter Allen dips in from the front. Carter Allen behind the net. He's worked down by the Red Dragons defense, and they're able to clear, so it seems. One-on-one back the other way is Hahn. Hahn with Vance. Back and forth, and a great job by Vance matching him with the speed and getting him back to the corner boards.
Yeah, great job by Vance there getting back, but also on that shot from the point, you mentioned Vance, not really the strongest shot necessarily from the point, but he does a good job trying to generate those big rebounds.
Yeah, and he's trying to do a better job kind of getting the Cortland puck hound kind of away from it, trying to get a clear shot. Just firing it right into the legs is really no use. As Isaac picks up the puck, 2-on-1 with Sullivan. Isaac to Sullivan, shot, scores! Jody Sullivan with his first goal of the season.
What a job by Oswego State there. Jody Sullivan, he came right down, speeding down the line past the Oswego bench, and Josh Isaac, great vision from the captain to find his alternate for the goal, and a great job by Oswego State. You see on the replay here, Sullivan just beats the entire Cortland defense, puts that one right in the back of the net. Nothing that Modica could do back there.
Yeah, and talking to Jody Sullivan during the week, he said playing on this top line, really his first time in his career, he wants to get his conditioning up, and clearly you saw it there. Gets the speed, turns on really a 4th or 5th gear to his skating ability, and a really good job by this Lakers top line to get the Lakers back on top here with 8:25 left to go in the second, 18:25 left to go, excuse me, in the second period as Isaac enters the zone. Only momentarily as Cortland picks up Jody Sullivan to the slot, working his way around a couple guys, but just can't get a trigger on it, and loses the puck to Connor Beck. Oswego State. Max Novik in low. He's got it back as defender. As Isaac back out front, shot, save, rebound, covered up. And what a beautiful save by Modica yet again.
Yeah, Modica did a really good job. He got the pads low, kind of trapped that. Good job getting the skates towards the back of the pads. So, you know, Sullivan had him actually beat 5-hole, but Modica did a good job getting the back of his skates on the puck and covering that one up. But as you mentioned, Sullivan mentioned to us early in the week, he wants to get his conditioning up, and a really great shift from Sullivan, keeping the pressure on and getting this face-off inside the Cortland zone.
Yeah, really noticeable as Solo fires a shot on Modica. Modica losing his stick, and he'll finally pick it up. No, he hasn't, rather, excuse me. So he's got trouble as a small goaltender. No way to cover up the 5-hole. Lakers got to try to pressure them here to get another goal. Emerson along the half wall. Stick behind the net, and he's waiting for it, and he goes back to get it as the Red Dragons clear, and Riche will cover up the puck, almost losing it in the glove.
Yeah, one thing Cortland Red Dragons have really tried to do so far is kind of sneak out a guy trying to create those breakaways, and it was Scott Doherty, a guy that only had 4 points last season on this 4th line tonight, but he was kind of trying to sneak away. But the bad part for the Red Dragons was he wasn't able to get back on defense, so you kind of got to be careful when you try to leak out for those breakaways.
Portland Red Dragons send out their second line, and it's Elkstam with it now. Cuts in front, loses the puck, and Spink does a good job clearing just the length of the ice as the Red Dragons recoil. Oliver Lester fire a pass up and over to Mike Shiori. Shiori to Elkstam, enters the zone, and Shiori will go on the forecheck here against Tyler Curry. The two battle along the boards here as a couple Lakers join in as well. Battling along, tripped up is Matt Hahn, but no call there as Curry again battling the puck, and Jeff Solo will pick it up once more as he exits the zone. Only momentarily as a stretch pass is blocked by DiMatteo, and Fletcher will look to exit, or rather recoil back as Tyler Curry slowing things down. Lakers going for a line change here as well. Firing pass up and over to Scorpio. He's got a step, looking in, shot, save, rebound. Kirkby tied up, and a great job. Modica not a great job on the rebound control, however.
Yeah, he did allow a big rebound, but what Modica did really well, and that's going to be a penalty coming up. I believe that's going against either Carson Vance or Josh LeBlanc for what looks like to be a hold.
Yeah, hold on Jan. So Lakers see their penalty kill go to the first action here with 16:36 left to go in the second period. And for their power play, or their penalty kill rather, was top 10 in the nation, but 4th in the SUNYAC. So it wasn't necessarily the best, but looking at this Cortland power play, shooting at a 21% clip, which is not the best, but not the worst, only about 5 points worse than the Lakers from last year.
Yeah, this is one of the best chances that Cortland's going to have on the power play. They obviously have the man advantage, and that's where they've been successful in this game. But the question is, can they control the puck for long enough to get enough shots against David Riche?
Lakers clear it right off the faceoff. Modica's got to come out to play it away from Jody Sullivan, who's forechecking. Hamitz with it now as he waits to set up shop. Hamitz up and over to his D-pair partner. Back over to Hamitz as he enters the zone with speed. Waiting is caught up, and instead he'll turn on the gears and go behind the net. Vance trying to attack him there as the Red Dragons try to settle things up on their power play, the first of their young season. Red Dragons behind the net, back around to DiMatteo at the half wall. DiMatteo holds up, back to the point, back down for DiMatteo. Matteo shot, save, rebound back in front. Just goes wide, and a great chance for the Red Dragons as the Lakers fired up and out of play.
Yeah, really good job by Cortland there, moving the puck well, getting a good shot on that, and that one just flew right out into the stands. They'll reset, but for Oswego State, kind of almost playing on their heels here early on.
Yeah, and the Lakers, or Red Dragons rather, will get a full line change here. A minute 17 left to go on their power play. They'll send out their second unit, centered by Mike Shiori. And you see the replay here. Just firing a shot goes wide, and again, it looks like it was Carter Allen just trying to clear the puck, misses the boards, and instead up and out of play.
Yeah, good job by David Riche there on the rebound to make the save, as we're going to get a quick break in the action. It looked like a fan might have been struck by that puck, and the refs aptly saw it right away, and now play has stopped.
And it looks like they're huddling up and over the Lakers penalty kill unit, discussing their mindset, and for them, they're an aggressive penalty kill. They're a penalty kill that really likes to go up and attack the D, try to force an error of some sorts, as they really had a lot of shorthanded goals. I believe the number was at least 6 or 7. They had quite a bit of chances, and that's really what this team, you kind of look at a talented team, a speedy team, and that's what they can do to you with that speed.
Yeah, and you saw early on Jody Sullivan keeping the forecheck pressure on, just trying to keep that pressure, not even letting the Red Dragons enter their zone. But when Cortland did finally enter the zone, a good job getting set up nicely. Oswego State, we talked about, they didn't really have a chance to set up on their power play unit, but a good job by Cortland to start.
And on this unit for the Red Dragons power play is Mike Shiori back as the fans salute the injured fan that was struck by the puck, and they'll leave for a little bit. Looks like a bloody nose of sorts.
Yeah, good job there by the refs. Stop the game. Good job by the fans. Obviously, a nice hand. And now play resumes. Good to see that that fan looks like he was able to walk out under his own power.
Jan cutting in from the point, looking to set up shop. Here, however, is the Red Dragons as they win the faceoff. Elmstead knocked off the puck by Vance. He can't clear it. Instead, it bounced out to the slot. A good job by the Lakers to clear, as it's Lester recoiling in his own end.
Yeah, Carson Vance, he's seen significant minutes on both the power play and the penalty kill unit. He does just a really good job, like you said, really high hockey IQ, and you can see that on both units so far.
Stefano Alonzi enters the zone, and instead he'll leave it over for Elkstem. Back out in front, shot, save, rebound, kicked out to the boards. A great job by Riche on the save. Back down low for the Red Dragons. Back out to Elmstead. Over to Beck at right point. Back out at center point is Elkstem. Calling for it is another Red Dragon. It looked like that was Shiori. He'll fire a shot down low. Back out for Shiori at the circle. Shiori hesitates. Lester calling for it. Center point shot. Just goes wide. Emerson on the puck. And he'll try to clear it. Can't do so, however, as the Red Dragons keep it in. And Carter Allen battling for the puck. Beck finds a way back almost to get it over to Lester, but instead Emerson will clear, and the Lakers will go for a line change here with 15 seconds left to go on this penalty kill.
Interesting to see Cortland. They've been more than willing to go down in those corner boards and battle with the Lakers. That's where Oswego State usually thrives. But that time, almost an opportunity in front for Cortland. Luckily, David Riche looked like he was the only Laker paying attention.
Heavy hit by McMillan on Hayden Hart, and the Lakers will return back to full strength as LeBlanc exits the box. And it looks like it'll go the length of the ice for an icing off that one.
Yeah, just trying to get LeBlanc to kind of leak out and cheat a little bit. And now the faceoff comes all the way down. But for the penalty kill unit, not the greatest first kill, but they do get the kill, of course. No goals for the Red Dragons on that shift. And if you're Oswego State, you just have to be more mindful in front of the net. You can't leave out Riche to dry like they did on that one Red Dragons opportunity.
Yeah, and that was really an unfortunate opportunity. And going back to that goal that Beck scored earlier in that first period, it really just seemed like a bouncing shot, a shot that's tough to stop because Riche is just not expecting it. And again, Joe Sullivan on that one really needing to clear the zone along the boards as LeBlanc finds Scorpio, who exits the zone. He's got to step on his man in Gatos, but Molinaro picks it up, 2-on-1. Back over for Scorpio. Back cross shot, scores! Max Novick gets his first of the season, and what a selling.
Yeah, Max Novick there was in a perfect opportunity, and you really cannot run a 3-on-2 better than Oswego State did that time. Very unselfish, as you see on the replay here. It's a dump pass, perfect position, great pass by Joey Scorpio to Max Novick. Thought for a second Scorpio was going to fire that shot, but he realized that Novick had the better angle, and it's 3-1 Oswego State.
Yeah, for Scorpio, not used to playing with a guy like Joey Molinaro or even the goal scorer in Novick, and the chemistry just looked unmatched.
Yeah, it was absolutely an unbelievable rush there for Oswego State, and really, like I said, you can't execute a 3-on-2 better than that. Great job by Novick, though, to kind of get in position, camp out, get his spot for a perfect shot. Nothing Modica could do on that one.
Yeah, really good job forcing Modica to move as far as he did rather than parking kind of in a more traditional spot. As Cortland has a 2-on-1 back the other way. Fluffs the pass over, shot, rebound, and a great save by Riche, and a heavy hit behind the play as well at their half boards. Chiori entering the zone here. Stopped by Broman, and Pissarro will look to clear the zone, able to do so. Only over to Blazer, over to Lavalle. Holding back for center ice. Chipped over slowly as the Lakers regain possession.
This is almost going the way the Lakers want. Cortland's starting to get a little bit more aggressive on offense, but that's where Oswego State can counter is to see another 2-on-1 opportunity.
Derek Brown looking for Pissarro as it's fluttered back behind the net on the deflected pass as the Red Dragons look to escape the zone. Red Dragons a stretch pass over and can't control the puck, and a good job by Solo trying to regain possession, and he does so.
Yeah, Solo had 2 Cortland players on him, did a great job steering both of them off. Unable to clear the zone, but a good job by Solo to stay in his zone and maintain the pressure.
Isaac harassed by Matt Jan, so he'll be able to regain possession for the Red Dragons, clearing out into the Oswego State end, but Jody Sullivan picking up the puck, losing it to Schiebel at the point, and the Red Dragons go back to work. Comets at point, shot, just goes wide. Looked like Riche got a stick on that one as Isaac looks to clear the zone. Chips it up and along the boards, Molinaro gloving it down over to Jody Sullivan, and the Lakers have another chance here with Isaac and Molinaro. Down for Sullivan, who just can't get the pass. He'll fire back out. Almost a sloppy play, but a good job by Alonzi just to clear the zone and get the line change.
Yeah, really veteran play there by Alonzi, the captain of this Red Dragons play. Went for that penguin dive we saw Vance do earlier. Great job poking that out because that could have been another great opportunity for Oswego State.
Fletcher getting it and bringing it down below the boards. Battling with Grupp. Back out for Spink. Goes behind the net. A little nifty stick handling there, and he's knocked down by what looked like Grupp. And it'll be a board battle. Emerson with it now. Wins it and gets it back over to Colton Fletcher as they flip the ice. Fletcher's in down for Spink behind the net. Looks for the pass out in front. Gets one there, but Emerson just leaving the front of the ice. In front of the crease, rather. Missing that one. Emerson back out at the circle. Point for Fletcher. Novick. Back to Fletcher, circling in. Lakers really setting up shop here, but no shots on goal just yet. Spink with it here along the boards. To Fletcher, looking for Novick. Settles it down and he'll circle back around. Novick, shot, save, rebound back in front. Lakers can't control it as it's cleared by the Red Dragons.
Great line there by Tanner Spink. He had a great shift, I should say, excuse me. He looks gassed as he gets off the ice, but just such a physical player in Tanner Spink down behind the net.
Perachuk looks to fire it around the boards. So heavy hit on McMillan along the corner boards, but instead, Red Dragons behind the net. Back out to the point for Blazer. Shot, just goes wide. Perachuk back out in front looking for it, but instead it's caught in the skates of what looked like McMillan. Back in front shot, another save. And a quick reflex for Riche, who was not expecting a shot there.
Yeah, Riche, really good job there. He's made 2 big saves already in this period. The first one was with the leg, and that time with the blocker. Good to see Riche using his whole body in net for the Lakers.
Fletcher knocked down. There'll be another penalty. It looked like this one was on Tommy Ritchie. So the Lakers power play will go yet again, get a chance to net their first power play goal.
Yeah,
of the
it looked
season.
like it might have been a hook. No, they're going to call a hold there, but Fletcher was brought down once again. Fletcher, he took the hit to the head earlier in the game, and now he's kind of dragged down. So he's been kind of getting really almost abused physically, but a good job by him. He skates off the ice, and now another look at this Oswego State power play unit. You know, the first time we saw it, not the greatest, not enough shots, I think, in the eyes of Coach Gosick, but once again, they're going to have Vance kind of captaining or being the point guard of this power play unit, to put it in basketball terms.
Vance settles down a bouncing puck as he crosses the ice. Looking for Brown, back over to Pissarro. He creeps back down the point. Looking to enter the slot, can't do so. Good job by the Red Dragons to keep the puck out of the dirty areas in the point. When Vance gets it back, rather, I should say the slot. For Vance in the slot, shot just goes wide. A good save by Modica to control the rebound behind the net. Pissarro waits for it and picks it up. Switching spots with Broman. Broman gets it back over to Carson Vance at center point. Vance over to Brown. Trickling back. A little fake, and he'll cut towards the slot. Back over to Zizek for Vance at center point. Looks for a shot, can't find one, as Alonzi's on him. Zizek's shot, save, rebound, just cleared momentarily as Pissarro lost it in his skates, and Alonzi will be able to fire it home.
I think already very evident this power play unit for the Lakers has been a lot stronger, and now this is our first chance to really see that second unit for Oswego State, and it's going to be Max Novick, the guy that's really been used to kind of patrolling that power play unit. We'll see how he can get to work from the point.
Molinaro can't catch up to the pass, so instead we'll reset as Fletcher makes his way back out on the ice. We've seen him a couple shifts here, so the injured head must be resolved after he took a high hit, or high elbow, I should say, as Emerson picks it up along the boards. Emerson back down for Kirkby. Loses control momentarily, but gets it back to Emerson. Emerson for Molinaro. Molinaro creeping it back over to Novik. Looking for a shot, can't find one, goes over to Molinaro. Shot, or pass rather, back out. Shot, trickles in. And what a save by Modica, scrambling for it after a deflected stick. Almost pushed it into their own net for the Red Dragons.
Yeah, I don't know if that whistle was blown earlier, if Modica just did a really good job covering that puck right at the crease. The Lakers knocking on the doorstep, trying to go up that 3-goal lead. But again, Modica just incredible back there. Good job getting down, making the save. As we see here on the replay, Modica just so active, even with a body in front, reaches back, snags that, and covers it. And a good job staying behind, or I should say in front of that red goal line.
Yeah, it's just a beautiful save. 24 seconds left to go on this power play. 9:07 left to go in this second period. Lakers lead 3-1. And really in the second period, it's been all Lakers for the most part. Richer hasn't faced many shots here, but when he has, he's been very sharp. As the power play looking to enter the zone, and just able to do so is Emerson as he leaves it for Kirkby. Kirkby back to point for Novik, looking for a shot, holds up, shot, save, rebound, scores! Tyson Kirkby on the power play, and the Lakers take a 4-1 lead.
Yeah, I think that counts as a power play goal. Not sure how they'll score it, if the Cortland player is out of the box or not, but either way, that's a win for the Oswego State power play unit. You see on the replay here, Novik from the point. Great job there by Kirkby to get the goal for Oswego State. And a 4-1 lead. It looked like it was a little bit of a dismal first period for Oswego State, but as you said, Matt, they've come out firing in this second period.
Yeah, and so far in this second period, really just seems to be almost dominant. Not really giving much room for the Red Dragons to breathe, and their passing has been so much better and a lot less aggressive have been their D.
Yeah, and a good job. Last season, Cortland's best period was their second period. 24 goals in the second period compared to just 13 and 12 in the first and third periods respectively. Not that those numbers mean too much, but they usually were a second period team last year. But Oswego State has come out swinging in this second period, and Modica obviously hung out to dry once again. Oswego State has done a good job getting them out of good positions.
Brown's shots covered up by Modica. And for the Lakers, you see down the ice of Richer facing 10 unofficial shots. And we talked to him throughout the week, and he's saying he's trying to just stay square to the puck and positionally sound. So he doesn't care about the shots he's facing. He cares about where the puck is on the ice. And what have you seen from him so far?
Yeah, like you said, that good positioning. When he sees shots from the points, there's going to be defenders in front, but he's done a good job, like you said, maintaining his position, making sure he's in the right spot to make a save if that puck gets to him.
Board battle here along the corner boards. 2-on-2. Refs calling for them to move it, as it's still huddled up. As it's a 3-on-3 battle now, as Roman pulls away with it, at least momentarily. Rather, Derek Brown still in there with a bunch of Red Dragons. Looks like there's Di Matteo in the mix as well. He's knocked down. The Lakers finally exiting, get it over to Pelnick, who we haven't seen much of. Curry, shot, deflected by Broman, and he'll get it back out, looking for Curry, but it's deflected, so instead the Red Dragons have a 2-on-2 the other way. Entering the zone, and a good job by Curry to slow them down. As the puck trickles back, and the Lakers will look to clear again. Off the boards now, Zizek, he's got Broman up ice, gets it to him, and he'll turn on another gear. Holds up, finds a pass for Pelnick, shot, save, rebound, just goes wide. And the physicality continues to rev up as Jody Sullivan finishes his check, as it's Tierney dumping the puck in, Hart on the forecheck.
Yeah, like you said, the physicality ramping up. Good job by Travis Broman. Looked like maybe he had a chance at a shot. He recoiled, found Pelnick, and Pelnick, a good strong shot from the point and a rebound opportunity.
Isaac picking it up as the Red Dragons go for a small line change. Molinaro at the circle, fires a cross shot. Good save and almost a second chance there, although Alonzi able to pick it up for the Red Dragons. And look to the other way is Beck, the lone goal scorer for this Red Dragons squad, but he can't pick it up as the puck is between his skates. Molinaro with it now. Leaves it over for Zizek, back to Molinaro, who'll cut back down low, shot, just goes wide across the mouth of the crease.
Yeah, we'll see if Cortland can get anything going. They've been kind of conservative so far in this game, but now just 6:30 remaining in this second period. Down by 3 goals, you have to expect maybe they try to get something going on offense eventually, as opposed to kind of sitting back. You know how talented Modica is. Not that he doesn't need defense in front of him, but we'll see if they try to counter with some offense.
Sullivan for a quasi hip check, but the Lakers will be able to enter the zone yet again with a little bit of ease this time, as the defense for the Red Dragons not as smothering as it seemed to be in that first period. as we've got about 6:10 left to go in this second period. Lakers lead 4-1 as the Red Dragons dump it in and go for a line change. Matt Yan with it now. Losing it over for the Lakers is McMillan, moving it back over to Solo. Solo fires past to Spink, who just can't exit the zone. And the Red Dragons have a mini rush. Settling back down to Shiori, who cuts down, evades Emerson, back down below the crease, back out in front. Shiori with it now, and a great job by the Lakers to smother him.
Yeah, Tanner Spink did a really good job there, clearing out in front of the net, in front of his goaltenders. Now a whistle is going to blow.
DiMatteo and Emerson battling in the slot, a little pushing and shoving. Stopping the play was the rest, but it didn't seem like there was much there to call a penalty.
No, it didn't, and if you're Oswego State, they talked all week long about avoiding those after the whistle. That wasn't even after the whistle, but it's kind of going on. It looks like we got some penalties coming up, could see some 4-on-4. As you see on the replay here, just battling out in front, and the refs finally blow the play dead.
Yeah, and there will be, it looks like coincidental minors, so Emerson and DiMatteo, as each team will skate 4 aside, and that kind of helps out the Lakers if it is indeed 4 aside, because they have that speed, they have that extra level that it seems like the opposition just doesn't have, and it might be a 3-on-4 actually, or maybe not, as the Lakers still finding their numbers to get out there on the ice.
Yeah, and it looks like it's going to be Vance and Carter Allen on that defensive pairing. Defenseman that can get it done scoring. Like you said, this is a big speed advantage. You throw in Broman, throw in Pissarro, 2 more physical but also fast guys, and that's what Oswego State will roll with to start this 4-on-4.
Tierney, Ritchie, Gatos, and what looks to be Lester will be the 4 skaters for the Red Dragons, using their, not to say speedsters, but their offensively minded guys. They're trying to get back on the board here as it's 4-1 with 5:30 left to go, as Anthony Pissarro will recoil, trying to gain some speed here and enter the zone, or into the neutral zone with some speed, leaves it off for Vance. Vance to Carter Allen, pushing in a call offside play, despite the Lakers not touching it up.
Yeah, a little bit of miscommunication there, but kind of go back to that Lakers 4th goal. Tyson Kirkby, one of those freshmen that Oswego State brought in last year. So much talk and well-deserved from Travis Broman, but Kirkby only played in 10 games last year, 2 goals and an assist, so good to see him. Also guys like Colton Fletcher really finding their stride, both in the exhibition matchups and also in this game. So, you know, Oswego State brought in a very talented class last season. It was highlighted by Travis Broman, but guys like Fletcher and Kirkby obviously also can be stellar this season.
Yeah, they've looked really strong in their first couple exhibitions and this first game as well. And that Kirkby goal was not a power play goal, as the Red Dragon had just exited the box as Derek Brown enters the zone. Retrieval on the puck, but no help for him as the Red Dragons look to escape. It's Stefano Alonzi, the captain, chipping it in and going to work with about a minute left to go in this 4-on-4 action. Carter Allen meets Alonzi behind the boards, but instead Ethan Homans will pick it up. Vance intercepts the pass, and Zeiser will look to go the other way. He's got a potential 3-on-2 with Brown, almost offside with Brown, as Modica pads the pucks away to the corner boards.
Yeah, a little bit slack from Oswego State. Like you said, they had a chance for a 3-on-2. Zizek slowed it down and then almost caused an offsides by Derek Brown, and Oswego State getting a line change, just like Curry going to work 1-on-4.
Curry almost knocked down as he looked to chip and chase, but the Lakers will maintain possession as Solo looking for it, but instead it'll be chipped over to the half wall as Derek Brown goes for a line change. Solo back over to Jody Sullivan, who will circle the wagons. He's got Spink on the line as well. And Solo just keeping it in as he walks the line, and Tanner Spink back behind the net. Spink looking to cut out back in front for wraparound, but a good job by Gatos to intercept that one. The Red Dragons here looking to recoil and reset as they move up the ice.
Cortland really needs to make a push here. Down 3 goals, 3:48 remaining in this period. 4-on-4, this might be one of their better chances to score.
And a pass out in front by Elkstem, but no one home for that, as the Lakers look to go the other way, but instead the Red Dragons will rough that one up as both teams return to full strength at 5-on-5 play.
Almost an incredible play by Jeff Solo. He made the block and then almost had a chance for a breakaway. That would have been incredible to see, but just a good job clearing the defensive zone. As a big hit laid by Kirkby, and it might have caused an offside.
Yeah, Kirkby and Shiori collide, and it might even be an interference call, and it will be on Kirkby as he impeded the defender's movement, and for the Lakers, that's just an unnecessary penalty to take. It looked like he was waiting up at that blue line, had established position, but you've got to make sure you're not getting in the way of those defenders, even if the defender's the one moving.
Yeah, that's a penalty you can't take, and it's something that we see here as Kirkby kind of tries to, yeah, it's definitely an interference call. Almost tried to lay a pick there on Shiori, as you mentioned, and Kirkby back to the box for Oswego State. That's a penalty you really just don't want to take, especially for Tyson Kirkby. And Oswego State once again going on the penalty kill, but if you're Cortland, get as many shots and as much traffic in front of the net as you can. They haven't had a lot of shots this period, especially David Riche, maybe a little bit cold, hasn't seen a ton of shots this game. Try to leak one in from the point like they did the first goal.
And the second power play opportunity for the Red Dragons, unable to score on the first one as they reset behind their own net. Jacob Gatos with it now as he tries to exit the zone, able to get a nice pass over with a lot of space, and Gatos will pick it back up. Or rather, it's Blazer, excuse me. Blazer fired in, but Carson Vance, the first one on that, as he'll chip it over Carter Allen, his deep pair behind the net. But Hamilton, a good job by the Red Dragons on the forecheck to try to establish possession of the puck. Trying to fire back to the point, but instead it's up and out of play. And Finn makes a nice grab on that one.
Nice snag there, a little tip, but gathered it in. A nice catch there by the fan. But for Oswego State there, you know, Cortland seems really content to just chip and chase, as you like to say, Matt. They've chipped it in, but the thing about Oswego State is they play so well behind their own net. They do such a good job clearing the puck, and that is how Cortland kind of created an opportunity on their first goal. But Oswego State really seems to have cleaned that up nicely, and really Cortland hasn't had much chances at all on this power play to get the puck to the net.
Yeah, it's really interesting to see the Red Dragons continue to dump it in when really, as you say, Luke, the Lakers do such a good job in those playing along the boards, winning those puck battles, and even getting to the puck first, which is so important as Spink fires it down the length of the ice with a minute to go on this power play.
And not to say they don't have the players to kind of do that chip and chase, but it's a strategy we've seen teams in the NHL like the New York Islanders employ. But what the Islanders do is they get down there and they have big athletic forwards that make plays to get in front of the net, whereas Oswego State just has so much speed on that back end, it really hasn't been an effective method for Cortland.
Yeah, it's tough even to carry it into the zone because the Lakers do such a good job in the neutral zone, really clogging it up as the Red Dragons back picks it up at right point. Over to center point for Lester. Moving the puck on short, shot saved, or just goes wide as Thomas Beck does a good job on the puck retrieval to get that one back down low for Elmstead. Elmstead with it. Battling along the boards, back behind the net for Jan. Jan can't find player until Elmstead picks it up. Shot, Risha can't see it, and it goes just wide. Looked like it was going in, and we're going to stop it here for a high stick as the Red Dragon played the puck up high.
Yeah, good job by Riche to stay true, and yeah, that was a high stick. Puck kind of got tipped up. Almost was able to find the back of the net, and now it looks like Cortland, like you said, called for that high stick, so almost a break caught by Oswego State. They can get a line change to kind of reset things. Got a little bit hectic there in front of their goaltender for a moment.
And even if the Lakers did, or the Red Dragons did score a goal, it would not have counted since the puck was played above the crossbar. And Riche looked lost on that sequence. He really couldn't quite find the puck. But for the Lakers, very fortunate bounce that the Red Dragons weren't able to put it home as Carter Allen fires it the length of the ice with about 10 seconds left to go in this power play, so that would just about do it for the Red Dragons.
Yeah, and like I said about Riche earlier, not that he's cold, but you know, he hasn't seen a ton of shots this game, so if you're Cortland, like I said, get as many shots as you can, try to catch him sleeping maybe, as Oswego State returns to full strength. You know, decent job once again for this penalty kill unit. They've been perfect so far in the early season.
Red Dragons trying to maintain possession. Corrupt, the defender will back down and play it along the boards behind the goal line. Back out for a shot, save, rebound out in front, trying to tuck it home. They can't do so, and what a block by Carson Vance.
Great job by Vance there. That puck would have found the back of the net. Riche was all out of whack, all out of position, and Carson Vance has really proved himself in this game, playing both defense and offense extremely well for the Lakers on that top defensive pairing.
Yeah, it seemed like Riche just lost his net a little bit, out 2 or 3 feet in front of the crease, and a really great job by Vance to block their shots, something that this team has preached for so long. And a good chance for the Red Dragons is a cross-check by Carter Allen, and that's just a little sloppy as it was Tommy Ritchie drawing the penalty.
Yeah, Allen, no complaints there. He knows what he did there, and just not a penalty you want to take if you're Carter Allen late in this period. 30 seconds left. And Carter Allen just took the stick right cross-check right to Ritchie's almost the head area. So a dangerous play there by Carter Allen, but he knows it. You know, he shook the head. He said, that's my bad, guys. He'll probably address that in the locker room and say, hey, that's a penalty I know I can't take.
Yeah, and that's a penalty that's really unfortunate and something that, you know, Carter Allen's got to be a little better with it. You know, it's a play that's going to get called 9 times out of 10 as Hamitz wins it back for the Red Dragons as they head to their third power play of the game. And Zizek has 2-on-2 with Sullivan. Novik jumping in, so it's a 3-on-2. Back up for Novik. Shot. Scores! Another goal by Max Novik. Bar down.
What a great job there from Max Novik, but it all started once again with Josh Zizek. You see on the replay, a nifty little pass, and nothing Modica could do at 5'6". Max Novik, like you said, up top, that's where Mama hides the cookies, and Max Novik, another goal for Oswego State. 5-1. They've really blown it open in the second period. It could have gone haywire a couple times with the penalty kill unit, but a short-handed goal there for Oswego State. Great job to get that shorty.
And a little bit of a risky play, because if they had misplayed the puck, the Red Dragons had numbers going back the other way. It could have been a 3-on-1, but yet again, this Lakers offense and the speed of these guys, it gives them the chance to make those calculated risks. As it's Elmstead looking to generate some offense for this team for the Red Dragons. And Shiori behind the net, looking for Elmstead, but he'll find Lester. Shot blocked by Tyler Kari, and that'll do it for the second period of Laker action. Lakers lead 5-1.
Yeah, and you mentioned, on that last play, that's really just such a veteran play by Josh Isaac. He kind of looked up, saw he had numbers, made a really calculated play. You see him go fist bump Carter Allen and say, hey, buddy, we got you. We know you got the penalty, but we'll come back and get that short-handed goal. Isaac, great job, vision to dump it off to Max Novick, and a great job by Max Novick. Really the perfect shot in the perfect position in that slot area.
Carter Allen talking to the referees to figure out what the call was and why it happened, but it was a pretty clear-cut call. Obviously, if that's a cross-check that you take to maybe the back, you might not call, you might get away with it, but once you get up to that shoulder, that neck, that head region, you're going to call that 9 times out of, I would say 10 times out of 10.
Yeah, and I would say, if you're Coach Gosek, you say, some of those penalties have been a little bit sloppy, but they're not those after the whistle kind of scrappy plays. Just a play that Carter Allen knows he can't make.
Well, with the score 5-1 in the second period over, we're going to take a quick break here on Hockey Night in Oswego and WTOP 10. When we come back, Brian Rudman and the guys have the intermission report.
And welcome back to Hockey Night in Oswego. You're watching the second intermission report on WTOP 10 as the Oswego State Lakers currently up 5-1 on the Cortland Red Dragons. Once again, alongside me tonight, Michael Morano and Nick Hetter. I'm Brian Rudman. Guys, what a second period for the Lakers, scoring those 4 goals. What did you see in this period?
Well, the Lakers really turning things around. They're starting to dictate the pace. They got those odd man rushes working. The passes got a lot cleaner, and there was just no help for Nick Modica. He really could not stop it. And as we're seeing now, the Lakers really take over shots, 31-15, 9 assists for the Lakers. Power play still not something the Lakers could get a success on, but neither could the Red Dragons. We'll talk about that a little later, though. The Lakers looking really good.
Yeah, Mike, what did you see out of this period?
I think a flip was switched. I think that something happened. I think Ed Gosek told his players something that really motivated them, because completely 180 from what we saw in the first period. I think the Lakers kind of realized that this is a game that we need to come together and we need to figure out what to do to beat this team, because we haven't even, we have a game next week as well, but we want to finish this now. We want to set a statement. So I think that they fixed a lot of things now. The shots now are completely lopsided like they're used to. They entered in an unfamiliar scenario.
And now this Lakers team obviously put up 4 unanswered goals. How were they able to get the offense rolling?
Well, like I said, you can't do anything about this when you're Nick Modica. I mean, with the odd man rush the Lakers create here, Modica can't get across in time. His defense is not in front of him to help, and the Lakers are just so quick and so lethal with that passing that there's just nothing he can do. So, I mean, you see it there, it's just too easy for the Lakers on the odd man rush.
I think now as we take a look here, into goal there for the 5th goal for Oswego. It seemed like with the odd man rush, like Nick was saying before, I think it kind of threw off Modica there. Didn't know really where to react and where to go, so it kind of caught him off guard. I think they did a really good job of that.
Yeah, a lot of opportunities created for Oswego, but the one place they haven't created opportunities is the power play. Still struggling there. What's been going on with this Oswego State special teams unit?
Well, it's almost kind of comical for the Lakers. They really want to get this monkey off their back, if you will, but they just missed it by a couple seconds when they scored on the odd man rush. They just can't get it in on the power play, but it seems like they slow everything down on the power play, and they're kind of out of position still. Things are just not working out for them with the man advantage, which is strange for the Lakers, but maybe if they speed up play a little bit, pass it a little more, maybe they'll find the back of the net with the man advantage.
Seems like it really hasn't made that much difference so far. We understand this is something that they need to fix right away just to create even more of a weapon for you guys, but with this score being like the way it is, I understand this is a problem, but it doesn't really seem to be a big factor. Now, if Cortland starts a comeback here, we can start talking about that more like we did in the Nazareth game. But now it just seems like it's not an emerging issue so far.
Yeah, and one place where there hasn't been a problem for the Lakers has been in net today. David Richey's been having a great game, guys.
Yeah, he certainly is. And a lot of that is the Lakers defense really tightened up with Carson Vance and Carter Allen, as you see right in front of Riche there, just getting the puck away from him so he doesn't have to make the save. And there's Carter Allen, Carson Vance again, standing in there. I mean, Riche's doing a great job when he can see the puck, but even when he can't, he's got Carson Vance there who's having a great game for his debut, and Carter Allen there to kind of help him out and back him up, and that's what the Lakers are looking for.
I think if you're Cortland, you get so frustrated by this, and it really starts to play a mental factor in this one. When Riche's playing that good, it just seems like nothing's going on. I think it has to really wear down Cortland as well.
Yeah, David Riche, very strong in net tonight. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, more analysis after the second period. It's Oswego State 5-1. This is the second intermission report. You're watching Hockey Night in Oswego on WTOP 10. And welcome back to Hockey Night in Oswego. You're watching the second intermission report on WTOP 10. Once again, the Lakers up 5-1 on the Cortland Red Dragons. And once again, alongside Michael Morano and Nick Header, I'm Brian Rudman. Guys, this period really got physical. What did you see out of the physicality aspect of this game?
Well, as I said at the end of the first, Cortland wanted to match physicality with the Lakers, and as you see, they tried to do it there with the takedown on Carter Allen, a big hit there on Broman. They're trying to do this, but the Lakers will return the favor. You really don't want to get in a hitting matchup with the Lakers because they will outlast you through 3 periods, and as you can see here, just a big hit there again. And you just don't want to get in that matchup with the Lakers, especially if you're a team like Cortland, because they will beat you up and wear you out. And here we are, and it's a little lopsided game.
Absolutely, very physical. Now, guys, moving on to some of the momentum. Who do you think has momentum at this point in the game?
I think Oswego does. I think that's very obvious. I think Jody Sullivan starting it off set the momentum and set the tone for the rest of the period. He really got it going. And I think Oswego has just turned on the Jets, has not looked back at all, relied on their solid goaltending, and they've fixed a lot of issues, I think, in the first period. And I think that going into this one, you have all the momentum in the world.
Yeah, Nick, how do you change the momentum if you're Cortland?
Well, you can't match the physicality with them, so you have to take advantage of their mistakes. If you try to get the Lakers in the box a little bit here, try to get in their head, frustrate them, maybe make this game not physical during the play, but try to get some things going after the play, some pushing, some shoving. Hey, maybe get the Lakers in the box, get yourself some power play opportunities.
Now, guys, looking at some of the players who you guys have thought of stand out, who's been exceptional tonight, in your opinion?
I think outside, I think it's really been Colton Fletcher. I think his toughness, I think he's been taking a lot of hits as of late and really has been able to tough it out. I think he brings a really good presence to this team, not just in this game, but games moving forward, that no matter how hard you get hit, you get back up and you contribute now. That's just, it seems to be the momentum there. They want to have this toughness, physicality. Colton Fletcher has been a perfect example of that.
Now, Nick, who have you liked from Oswego?
Well, I think Oswego's got to love this. Tyson Kirkby has been a name that you didn't really hear a lot last year. Tonight, he has a goal. He had a goal again in the first game against Carleton Place. He's really putting his name on the score sheet for the Lakers, and he's showing that he can be a true offensive threat for them, especially on the rush. He got that goal, I believe it was shorthanded. So, the Lakers, just as many offensive threats as they can get. There's another one.
Definitely a lot of exciting stuff for the Lakers. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll bring you the keys to what's going to happen for each team in the third period. You're watching Hockey Night in Oswego right here on WTOP 10. And welcome back to Hockey Night in Oswego. You're watching the second intermission report on WTOP 10. Once again, Oswego State Lakers up 5-1 on the Cortland Red Dragons. Alongside Michael Morano and Nick Header, I'm Brian Rudman. Guys, let's get to some keys for Cortland. How do they get back into this matchup?
First of all, you got to limit the Oswego's odd man rushes that they've had so far. Two of the goals that they let up really was just on a 2-on-3, and it really kind of confused Medica over there, and he was just kind of seemed helpless there. So a lot of opportunities from there. Second off, plain and simple, keep fighting. Oswego has a history of letting up late goals, in the third period. Just keep fighting. You never know what's going to happen.
All right, Nick, what do you think about Oswego? What are the keys for them to stay in the lead?
Well, exactly the opposite of Mike's. You got to keep creating those odd man rushes. The first 2 goals were 3-on-2. The third goal was an odd man rush, and guess what? The fourth goal on short-handed was also on the rush. Modica cannot keep up with that, especially if the Lakers get in front. The Zizek and Max Novak connection on the rush has been very tough to stop for the Lakers. And secondly, step on the gas if you're the Lakers. I mean, you have a big lead, but you saw what happened before. They've let teams back in late, and you don't want to do that if you're the Lakers, especially with big games coming up.
Now, is this game over? It's 5-1 Oswego. They've clearly taken momentum. Is this game over?
History tells me yes, but we've seen what Oswego does. They break down late in the game. I don't think this game's over yet. I think Cortland's going to make Oswego sweat just a little bit.
Nick, what about you?
Yeah, I think this game is over, but I just don't think Oswego wants to think it is over. You can't think it's over if you're the Lakers because, I mean, they've let teams back in it in the past, so you don't want to do that again if you're the Lakers.
That's all the time we have for the second report. When we come back, it's the third period. You're watching Hockey Night in Oswego right here on WTOP 10.
All across the country, people are coming together to speed up what we can learn about health. The All of Us Research Program is calling on 1 million people to join us as we try to change the future of health. For your family, for future generations, for all of us. Visit joinallofus.org and find out how you can become 1 in a million.
Welcome back to the Murano Campus Ice Arena. Third period, just moments from being underway here as the Lakers lead Cortland 5-1. Matt Willing here joined alongside Luke Owens. Now Luke, that second period seemed like a complete reversal for the Lakers compared to that first 20 minutes. A lot more confident, a lot less odd man rushes against. What did you see so far?
Yeah, they looked a lot more cohesive in that second period. I think that's the word that kind of describes it best. You know, getting together, getting that chemistry on their lines. Oswego State did a good job in that second period. And for SUNY Cortland, they have to generate more offensive opportunities. Oswego State out shooting them 32-15 shots on goal. That's just something you can't have if you're the Red Dragons. This is a team that only lost one senior. This is a group of guys that have been together now for entering their second season, a lot of them. So the chemistry is there. It's just a matter of, is their talent level enough to get into the Oswego State zone, and it hasn't been so far.
It looks like that was Connor Beck, holding up play as he was edging over that red line. And for the Cortland offense, their chances right here. You know, you've got a power play, a minute 20 left as they enter the zone along the half wall, but this Lakers penalty kill has been so swarming. Their mentality of really supporting each other and attacking the puck has been so impressive as of late. As Lester fires it down for Shorey. Back out behind the net, left for Shorey. Back to Lester. Lester back over to his D partner, to Lester. Shorey can't corral that puck, that errant pass, as it's Elkstem with it behind the net, circling back around. What looked like it was going over to Connor Beck. He couldn't pick it up, so Connor Lester gets to the center point. Hesitates, back down for Shiore. Lester with it, back for Beck. Hesitates, Lester, a lot of shots, but big rebound there.
Yeah, good job by David Riche. Steered away that first opportunity. Always kind of weird when you start the period on the power play, but Cortland's done a good job keeping the pressure on.
Yeah, there's another battle here along the boards. Shiore back out in front. Jan shot, tipped just wide. And a good chance by Riche to get back over to it, but it looked like it went up and wide, untouched by Riche. As Shiore has behind the net, looks to cut out in front, instead he'll get a pass, shot, save, rebound, cleared away momentarily by Novik, trying to exit the zone. Are the Lakers? They can't do so. Back out in front, slowing it down at the point here is over to Lester. Lester walking the line, back over, shot, save, just goes wide rather. Shiore picks it up, and the penalty will expire. Red Dragons controlling the puck the entire minute 20 here.
Yeah, really sloppy defensive job there by Oswego State. All of the defenders were on the left side of that defensive zone, and almost a really golden opportunity for Cortland. Just couldn't capitalize, and a good job by Riche to make a couple big saves.
Beck couldn't control the puck, so Fletcher's battling now. He'll square it out for Spink. Good stick lift, shot, save, rebound cleared. And what a great play by Spink with the stick lift. Rebound back in front, shot, scores! Another goal for Mitch Emerson on the doorstep.
And Mitch Emerson there, a great job. He actually had all the time in the world, wound it up a slap shot, but then on the rebound that time, as we'll take a look at it. Mitch Emerson, big wind up there, rebound trickles in front to Spink, back out to the point, and then just battling down low. Spink, a nice little tip there. Emerson up and over. A great job by Emerson to hammer that one home.
All right, we'll get our sideline reporter Mike Grossen on the action. He had a great view of that. Mike, what'd you see?
Thanks, guys. Well, that puck just dropped right in front of net for Tanner Spink and Mitch Emerson. Emerson put that one in the back of the net off a deflection, but Max Novick was the centerpiece of that second period. We'll see more of him and Mitch Emerson tonight. Thanks, guys. Back to you.
Thank you, Grossen. Really just an amazing view over in that corner along the boards. And it all started with that stick lift by Spink to keep the play alive in the slot. Goal scored moments later as Cortland, really trying to generate some offense, have a bit of a jump as well on them as it's Richie firing around. The Lakers got possession, and Broman's got a chance for a breakaway if he can turn it up. Broman shot. Big save by Modica, and puck soars out of play.
Yeah, it's already 6-1, obviously a little bit out of control, but Modica staying strong. Broman tried to go top shelf. Good job by Modica. Gets the blocker, flips that puck up and over the boards.
And really just great rebound control from Modica for the most part. And the goaltender's responsible for that first save. That first save you got to make, and the rebound got to be cleared by the defense, and it seems like the Red Dragons just haven't done that yet.
Yeah, Modica got a little bit lost in the shuffle there, I thought, in that last goal. Maybe a little bit out of position. Not usually the norm for Modica, though. He's done a solid job. I mean, 6 goals against, but he's just faced so many shots. Shot after shot, rush after rush from this Lakers offense.
Doherty trying to fire it in deep, but LeBlanc with a good keep. But finally will get there by the way of Parachek. As Solo behind his net, with Tyler Curry helping out as well. Solo, bad pass over there, stopped by Doherty. But Solo recoil behind his own net for it. Another attempt to clear, can't get there as Doherty doing great. Back out, shot just goes wide. Looked like Kirkby had a stick on it as well. Back out in front, no one home for the Red Dragons. As Gatos fires a shot into the boards, and it looked like it was deflected as well by what looked like Kirkby. Red Dragons generating some offense here, some pressure in the offensive zone. 3-on-2 scrum in the boards. Ekes out to Scorpio, trying to clear it, unable to do so, but Kirkby on the chase alongside Jacob Gatos for the Red Dragons.
Interesting how both sides play this game out. Obviously a blowout in the third period, but still a lot of good things you can do for both sides.
Molinaro with a nifty little shot, and a good stop by Modica with the glove.
Yeah, Modica again just staying strong, allowed 6 goals so far, but they're not going to change the goaltender. They're going to let him ride this one out. Just so tough when you face this many shots.
3-on-2 defended very well by the defense for the Lakers. The play was Solo getting a stick on that pass as they'll lift it up and over for Zizek. Zizek just staying on side, can't control it as Grupp, the freshman for the Red Dragons, will look to go the other way. Streaking with speed through the neutral zone, cuts in, looking for a shot. Blocked again by what looks like Pelnick, and the Lakers look to go the other way with it.
Yeah, Pelnick, really good job there and good vision on the play before, trying to get the puck up to Zizek. Couldn't do so, but a good job by the defenseman to just keep his eyes up, looking for that breakaway opportunity.
Grupp fires it past the Hamitz. He'll look for a shot, and a good save by Riche, gobbling up no rebound as well. With 15:38 left to go in this game, in this third period. Lakers leading 6-1. And really, the Cortland Red Dragons coming out with a bit of a spark, but you can really see, I don't say the disparity in talent, but how the Lakers, they just have another gear that I don't think Cortland has found just yet.
Yeah, Cortland's really got to find who's going to be their scorers. They really didn't have that last year, going 3-13 in the Suniac. Their only wins came against Morrisville, Brockport, and Fredonia, but those Fredonia and Brockport, good, solid wins. This is a team that, is going to be probably more towards the basement of a very strong conference, but we saw in that first period, if defensively they can compete, it's just going to be a matter of can they score more than 2 goals per game, because that just does not cut it in this conference.
Yeah, and you saw it on the preseason standings. I believe Cortland was ranked 8th, only in front of Morrisville, who's been really bad, as it looks like it's Elmstead looking to go the other way with it. Elmstead shot, save, rebound, cleared out by Riche, and Pissarro looks to exit the zone with Broman. He's got Brown up the ice too. Brown trying to make a move, tripped up, no call there, but keeps it alive with Broman, and a great nifty play there on his knees with Derek Brown.
Yeah,
as Pissarro trying to fight for it.
Just such good puck control. Sorry to step over you, Matt, but Derek Brown just amazing with the puck.
Derek Brown at the circle, hesitates, knocked down again. Carter Allen's shot just goes wide. Looks like Jan took a trip or a fall there as well, as the Red Dragons looking to exit the zone. Unable to do so as Pissarro keeps it in. Has Broman in front of the net, trying to deflect it, but a good job by DiMatteo to clear that puck. And it looks like it might go the length of the ice for an icing, or rather not, as Carter Allen scooping it up and gets over to Fletcher in this neutral zone. Fletcher on his backhand, weaving his way into the new offensive zone, Fletcher, back for Allen. Allen to Vance, creeping in, shot, almost deflected by Spink, and the rebound out in front for Emerson. And a good job by the Red Dragons to bend but not break here in this defensive zone.
Yeah, just staying strong in a blowout. You like to see what each team kind of brings attitude-wise. Cortland's still staying strong, trying to block those shots in front.
Vance at the point, shot just goes wide. Spink looking for the rebound, but instead DiMatteo will pick it up and look to clear the other way. Tommy Ritchie lofts a pass up for Hart, but instead Carter Allen traps in his feet trying to enter the zone. But the Red Dragons get a chance here on their icing, waved off. Great job. Back in front shot. What a save by Riche, moving left to right. What a beauty on Hayden Hart, who had another great chance. As Spink looking to go the other way, just cannot control, and that'll be off, almost offside, I should say. As Riche clears zone, a little pushing and shoving between Blazer and Fletcher, but nothing to come of it. As Homets with it, settling back for point, shot, save, no rebound there, and Riche gets a reward with a little clapping from the crowd.
Yeah, really great sequence there from Riche. Carter Allen kind of comes over and says, hey, we didn't mean to leave you out to dry like that, but really good job by Cortland trying to catch Oswego State napping, and the defense really wasn't set back. Luckily, Riche had his head on a swivel to pass from those boards behind him, and he makes a good save.
And really impressive going from that left post up and out, and he seems so aggressive with it, really trying to get to the top of the crease, which is where every goaltender wants to be. And when you're able to do that, able to track the puck so beautifully like he did and let up no rebounds, this is sophomore year Riche. Scorpio has a 2-on-1, looking and shut off the mask of Modica as he shrugs that one off Henrik Lundqvist style. Back out in front, LeBlanc with it. Modica losing his net, but a good job by the defense looking to go the other way with it now. Connor Beck chips it in behind McMillan. Beck on it first, McMillan plays the body. Alonzi in there with him, back out in front for the Red Dragons, but it's deflected away. Shot deflected wide, and DiMatteo in tight, back out in front. Tip couldn't go, and Kirkby looks to exit the zone, and the Red Dragons got a forward back, so DiMatteo needs to get back. Scorpio, circle, waits, fires a shot, rebound, just going wide for Kirkby.
Yeah, I think Scorpio might have had a better play there if he dumped that off to LeBlanc. It was a 3-on-2, maybe a little bit of a rush shot there from Scorpio.
And the Lakers have 4 men back, so they'll clear the zone quite easily as it's Kirkby at the red line firing in for a dump, and the Lakers will go off for a full sail line change.
Oswego State still keeping the pressure up. They're up 5 goals, but you do want to see, you know, kind of how their game plan works, and they're still keeping that aggressive forecheck and winning seemingly every single 50-50 neutral zone battle.
Curry looking to enter the zone, fires it over for Molinaro, cutting in, looking for a shot, pass instead. What a save again by Modica getting across the ice.
He's just so incredible. His position and his speed is what makes Modica so incredible. And like I said, those 6 goals allowed really doesn't tell the story for him.
Jan's shot is blocked by Curry, and there's a Laker down in his own end. Looks like it's Emerson as the plays the other way. Back out in front. Sullivan almost getting a goal, but a good stop by the Lakers. And it's Emerson back on his feet. Or rather, Molinaro, back on his feet.
Great job there by Cortland. And for Jan, you see him skating away. This is a freshman that Cortland's really excited about. He comes from the USPHL Premier League with the Charlotte Rush. 66 points in 41 games last season. So this is a guy Cortland's really excited about. He's a big forward. He's done a really good job blocking shots and clearing the puck out of the front of that crease.
And just a SUNYAC update for you here as the season starts for both teams. Potsdam is beating Geneseo 2-1. So the top dog, Geneseo Knights, are struggling late against Potsdam. As Brown cuts in, back out in front, and the Lakers can't make anything happen of it as the Red Dragons trying to clear, but Pissarro knocks it down and gloves it back to his stick. Back around for Brown, and the Red Dragons at the half wall trying to clear, can't do so as it hits Bulio's skate, but Doherty will finally exit the zone and clear just momentarily as Vance picking it up and recoiling behind his own net.
Yeah, interesting to see how Oswego State plays this. Like I said, keeping that tempo up, and we'll see how long they keep pushing. Still 11 minutes remaining, a 5-goal lead.
And a body's hit the ice. Looked like it was DiMatteo knocked over. No call as Pissarro enters the zone with a little bit of speed. Circling back to the point, harassed by what appears to be Parachuk, and he'll dump it off for Solo. Solo creeping in, shot, or Allen, excuse me, goes wide, and it's good for a Red Dragons clear. And it looked like they had a chance over there with Parachuk. Couldn't connect the pass, but Riche comes out to play it over to Vance, and a missed opportunity for the Red Dragons.
Yeah, I almost thought that was going to go all the way down for an icing. Like you said, just unable to find that connecting pass. That's so important. What Oswego State has done really well is finding those long passes.
McMillan cuts in from the D, pinching in, trying to keep the play alive. Colton Fletcher does a good job. Back out in front for Emerson. Cutting to the net. Can't get a shot off. There's going to be a delayed penalty on the Red Dragons as they touch up. And it looks like it might be a slashing call against Cortland.
Yeah, really just not a penalty you can take there. Already down by 5 goals here as Oswego State. Another chance to kind of clean up that power play unit. If you're Coach Gosick, you got to be excited with the opportunities you've had. They've had enough to kind of get this one going. So we'll see if Oswego State can do a good job. And as you mentioned, Matt, Geneseo trailing 2-1 to Potsdam. A little bit of a shocker. First game without Devin McDonald in 4 years. So Geneseo struggling early on. in SUNYAC play, and we'll keep you updated on that one.
And another little update here we'll get in momentarily, as it's a stop by Modica and cleared the length of the ice for an icing, is the Plattsburgh, Plattsburgh, a little whiteout preview for you, is facing the college at Brockport. And if we pull up the live stats here once again, Plattsburgh is trailing Brockport 3-1. So as the Lakers enter the zone, one thing to think about for Friday night, as whiteout is just 7 days away.
Yeah, it is. So definitely something to look forward to if you're Oswego State.
Novick looking for a pass at the circle, playing catch with shots, just goes wide, and Fletcher on the second power play unit has looked really good alongside Molinaro, Emerson, and Kirkby.
Yeah, it's actually been interesting to see Fletcher. He's kind of progressed throughout this game. He took the big hit to the head, took another kind of hooking penalty that drove him to the ice, but he stayed strong. He's one of those guys that earlier in the week he said, hey, I'm a gritty guy, but I like to get my points as well. So we'll see if he can get maybe those points going on this power play unit.
And hails from Wasilla, Alaska, so quite a distance for him, more than a drive for sure, as it's the Lakers resetting here. Shot, block save, rebound out in front, and another save by Modica, and quite a beauty. And just as I was about to say that there hasn't been much of that chippiness to this game, a little pushing and shoving in front of the net, and when you see games kind of get out of hand like this, 6-1 being the score, you see the team down, trying to almost lure or bait the other team into penalties, suspensions, whatever it is, with dirty kind of chippy plays. Something you saw Carlton Place kind of do in that first exhibition, but for the Lakers, maintaining that discipline has been so important. We've talked about it ad nauseum, especially with Coach Gosick, and he has to be happy so far with these after-whistle penalties, or lack thereof.
Yeah, you're right, Matt. And I mean, last game, even with Nazareth, some stuff going on. Mike Gillespie was scratched today. Could have had to do with that. He was also sat out that third period.
And another beautiful save by Modica as Pissarro from the slot, unable to put one home as Modica diving across in desperation.
I mean, how much more can we really say about him, Matt? He's been incredible. That time moving post to post, a diving glove save, and I thought maybe Molinaro could have got a little bit more juice on that shot. Maybe thought he had the easy goal with the open net, but Modica post to post, diving save, trying to just keep Cortland, maybe get some morale boost towards the end of this penalty kill.
Vance cuts in, shot, save, rebound is none. And we'll flash the leather for you on that one, says Modica.
Great job flashing the leather, and it just amazes me as you see on this replay, look how many bodies are in front of the net, and Modica just stays true, and that's the replay there. Just going post to post, a top 10 play there by Modica.
That Jonathan Quick style play, and he really kind of reminds me of a guy like Jonathan Quick, undersized goaltender, positionally sound, but sometimes really just has those desperation saves that make you say, oh my goodness, you can't imagine it. Unbelievable saves from both those goaltenders, and Pissarro sets things up here for the Lakers. Broman getting it now at the half wall, and he'll try to circle things back down low. Pissarro back out in front, Zizek stopped once more. Pissarro losing the puck momentarily, but Zizek there to help him out below the goal line, as it's Carson Vance trickling over to center point. Leaves it over for Broman, back to Brown at the circle. Pissarro calling for it as he creeps back out to the half wall on the far side, and he'll find it Pissarro, but rather not as he misplays it. Derek Brown hounding the puck nonetheless. Back on the ice again.
Cortland really unable to clear the puck much at all. Haven't even got it out of the zone so far on this penalty kill.
Puck back behind the net, and the Cardinals will clear as it's Justin Schiebel icing the puck with just about 2 seconds left. So the Lakers yet again will not score on the power play, but got a couple chances this one.
Yeah, no goals, but they did kill a bunch of time there. 2 minutes off of the clock, and now 8:25 remaining in this third period. We'll see if Oswego State kind of coasts to the finish line or if they want to keep that pressure up.
McMillan gets over to Fletcher. Spink on an assist there. Spink with it now. Emerson, shot, just goes wide. It looked like there was a bit of a screen. Modica couldn't quite find it to the last second. So fortunately for him, Hart got a stick on that to deflect it wide as Spink is battling along the boards. Fletcher alongside him. He'll come away with it as he creeps behind the net. Back out in front. Almost gets a shot off, but instead a good block by Tierney as the Lakers continue to go to work on the cycle. But after Emerson was tripped up, the Red Dragons going the other way. It's Ritchie with it, chipping in, trying to get on Pelnick. Just goes wide, and Emerson picking up behind the goal line will look to flip the ice, go the other way. And they've got some numbers if the Lakers can hurry, or rather they'll be off for a line change as they dump it in.
Yeah, just kind of trying to go defense to offense, and Mitch Emerson's kind of one of those power forwards. Him, Travis Broman, 2 examples off the top of my head. Guys that just go defense to offense so well, trying to generate those good scoring chances.
Vance, another one as well, really just dynamic skater. That's what the Lakers have, and it looks like there's going to be a delayed penalty here on the Lakers as Lester recoils back for Shiori, or rather for Elkstem, as they'll have a 6-on-5 until it's touched up. Elkstem with it now, fires a shot, and instead Riche saves it, and they'll touch it off.
Yeah, another look here at the Oswego State penalty kill. It'll be the 5th penalty against the Lakers, so still a big number. I see the crowd getting excited as the whiteout game will be next Friday night. But for Oswego State, finishing strong here I think is key. Keep that momentum going into next weekend, and we'll see if they can kill off yet another penalty. His penalty kill unit, they've looked pretty good so far. They've done a good job clearing. We'll see if the Red Dragons have a different philosophy than really just that chip and chase method they've been using for the majority of this game so far.
Yeah, it looks like Shiori taking the faceoff, so it looks like it's their 2nd unit out for this opening draw of their power play. The 4th one they'll have of the game, have not scored yet, but chance have gotten better. Shiori back out across, and almost a goal for Connor Beck, just couldn't tip it in. As it's Sullivan battling alongside him in the half wall. Sullivan there alongside Curry, or rather Carter Allen, and Zizek, no worries there, just firing the puck down the length of the ice.
Yeah, Beck had a really good scoring opportunity there, 9 points last season. One of the seniors on this team that really trying to get the scoring production going for this Cortland team. They have a lot of young pieces, but also some good veterans. And like I said, these guys have played really valuable minutes in their time here at Cortland. They like to get all their young guys in. They like to get them experience because it's really been about recruiting for this Red Dragons team. They haven't been as strong these past couple of seasons.
And it's flat. It looks like it's Solo trying to clear the puck, unable to do so. Got Lester or Elkston on the back door, but a great job by Carter Allen to bail out Solo and get the block to avoid the cross crease pass. Carter Allen behind the net, looking to clear the zone, but a great forecheck by Elkstem. Nonetheless, Sullivan able to fire it down only the length of half the ice as Lester catches that one.
Yeah, Carter Allen there, really great job maintaining his zone, made the block, and able to clear up to Sullivan. So really been a great job since Allen, since taking that penalty, as he almost took another one there.
Elkstem hit hard into the boards by Carter Allen, fell down, but no call there as Lester gets it back at the point. Back across and down low for Elkstem, who's back on his feet. Carter Allen battling with him along the boards. Wins the puck with a little bit of ease as Elkstem looks to skate to the bench. Maybe he'll shake it up after that hit as Modico goes to play the puck with 30 seconds left on his power play.
Yeah, we'll see how aggressive Cortland is now. Just 25 seconds remaining, and Spink just keeping that forecheck up. He does not look like a guy that was coming off an injury this week.
One that really hounds the puck and got a lot of speed on him. So good job on the power play, or penalty kill rather, as the Red Dragons set up shop here on the power play. Just about 10 seconds left to go as DiMatteo circles back looking for an angle. Cutting in and fires a shot just wide. The Blazers got it as he tips it back in only the length to Tyler Curry. Molinaro battling alongside the half wall. Etches out to DiMatteo. Little pick up by there. He's trying to creep back in and just can't get Parachuk as it's Pesaro down the other way. 3-on-1 with Spink and Molinaro. Pesaro, Molinaro, shot. Save back out in front is Pesaro on the pass, but no one home as DiMatteo clears.
Yeah, Pesaro came out the box firing, had some speed up the wing, 3-on-1, but good job to connect, but nothing home.
And a wide open net for Alonzi, but couldn't find home. Another goal goes in. On that one, it's Logan Blazer with a tip in.
Yeah, good job by Blazer, but Riche looked like he got turned all the way around on that. A lot of confusion in front of that Lakers net. And you can see they're not happy with that goal they just allowed, and Riche hung out to dry. We'll see here on the replay, just so hectic in front of that. Riche out of position, did a good job clearing the initial, but then another shot from the point, and Blazer just sitting there for the goal.
You see there, it looks like it was Pelnick, the other defenseman, probably should be on that back door covering the pass. You saw his line mate and what looked like Curry there as well. Unable to make a play as he was on the front, protecting the front side. But you got to have someone on that backdoor pass, especially when you're trying to go across the crease like they have been.
I'm not sure exactly what's going on here, but David Riche, it looks like he broke a stick. He goes to get another one from Travis Broman, but now 6-2. If you're Cortland, you know, I've said it a couple times, but that's a really good, I think, moral victory. As much as I hate to use that term, that's a good job to get that second goal, get a little bit of momentum going. So right on pace for what they scored last year, 2.0 goals per game, and now 6-2.
And Pesaro on the bench getting looked at. It looks like he might have taken a slash to the hand as McMillan over to Broman. And Derek Brown will clear here. He's got Zizek down there. And a great pass, just stay on side. And Zizek shot. Great save by Modica as he angles the rebound away.
Yeah, you mentioned that angle. Just such a good job clearing it out.
Back out in front. Caught Modica, but a good job by Broman to pick it up. Leaves it over for McMillan, or for Novik, excuse me. Fires it back in for Zizek. Zizek picking it up on man for now. Back out in front for Broman, but a good active stick by Tierney. And the Red Dragons will clear it just momentarily as they look to hound Derek Brown, who's got the puck. A good job by Grupp, the defenseman, getting in on it. As it squirts back out, shot, save, rebound. Gets caught in the ref skates behind the net. But the Red Dragons maintain possession here as it looks to be Hayden Hart with it, battling a 3-on-2 alongside Shiori behind the net. The Red Dragons come away with it and look to flip it back in for Shiori behind the net. Shiori holds, looks for a shot, but a great job by the Lakers to knock down Scott Doherty, excuse me.
Yeah, Travis Broman there going now defense to offense, but used his big body there and a big hit inside the Oswego zone.
Broman trying to maintain possession enough just so the Lakers get a change, and they do. But Elkstem with it, 1-on-3. Kirkby teamed up with Vance to pick the pocket, and Modica will have to go out to play it behind his own net. Over for Lester. Down to Shiori. Shiori out here for a pretty long time, but Carter Allen will fire it back over to Scorpio. Shiori still on the ice. Looked like he was going for a change, but we're going to get a whistle here as it looks like it squirted up and into the Red Dragons.
Yeah, and for Oswego State, we'll see how they continue this game, but you know, as you look forward a little bit, Brockport kind of putting it on Plattsburgh State, Matt.
Yeah, and the end result ends up being 3-1 in favor of the Golden Eagles, and a really good kind of a statement win, because this is a team that always seems to be middle of the pack, 4-5 seed in the SUNYAC, and to come out there and play a team like Plattsburgh that's typically so well coached. Steve Moffitt taking over the helm for Bob Emery, who retired over the offseason, is really a disappointing way to start his career as a head coach. But you know he's a guy that's been through the Plattsburgh system, such a smart hockey guy, and really going to be defensive-minded, just like Emery was. So uncharacteristic to lose 3-1 in Plattsburgh State as Modica outplay the puck. Joey Scorpio on his man in Lavallee. 3-on-3 scrum, and it looks like it's going to be Homets, trying to clear the puck. Just able to do so is Blazer, who gets it past Vance, and Carter Allen will have to skid all the way to the length of the ice to pick it back up. Connor Beck on him. Good job by Connor Beck, picking up the puck. Back out in front, shot. What a save by Riche, and the rebound is cleared by Kirkby.
Yeah, as that puck's flipped up into the crowd. David Riche, he came out. He didn't let that shot come to him. He came really all the way out of the crease with his pads sprawled out, and a good job to kick that one away.
And we talk about rebound control and how important that is, and last year you kind of saw Riche not the best with that rebound control, but here tonight he's been so much better.
Yeah, I really like that aggressiveness. He didn't sit back and let Cortland beat him. He said, if you're going to beat me, it's going to be on my terms. He comes out of the net. Did a good job to get the pad out.
Parachuk wins the draw, and a goal for Cortland, as it looks like it's Blazer with the shot from the point. Or rather, Gatos, the top-line defenseman for the Red Dragons. That's a silencer here as the score is now 6-2.
Gatos there right off the faceoff. He's 6'4", one of those big-body defensemen for Cortland. And David Riche just looked like he had no vision on that one. It got all the way through from the point, and if you're David Riche, another goal that you want back, and now 2 goals allowed in this third period that have been a little bit sloppy inside of that Oswego State defensive zone.
A little bit, and that was actually the 3rd goal for Cortland as they look to move up the ice as the Oswego State Lakers, and really a tough goal to give up. And if you're the defense, you've got to block shots or block bodies, get them out of the way so Riche can see this puck, and they did neither on that one. As Zizek back out in front for Sullivan, Modica closed the door, and with just about a minute 30 or 2 minutes left here in this game, it's what seemed like was all but over as Cortland's found some new life, despite being down 3 goals, as they'll look to exit the zone here.
Yeah, what the Red Dragons have done really well is just catching Oswego State in those opportunities where they're maybe, sleeping a little bit. That one by Gatos came up right off the faceoff, fired a shot low, Riche didn't see it. So just those little things that Oswego State really can't afford to do as they get into conference play. This is the first game of the season. They're going to clean things up. But, it's 6-3, 3-goal lead, 2 minutes to go. But if you're a coach at Gosick, there's a lot of things you want to clean up leading into that Plattsburgh State game next Friday.
Yeah, there really is. And one thing that Plattsburgh does so well as Cortland takes a timeout is that Plattsburgh does such a good job keeping themselves disciplined. And for the Lakers, as we see the goal here on the faceoff, a great win and just the straight-up shot, not even a slap shot, just a wrister that seemed to go 5-hole, and Riche really not happy about it. But now going back to Plattsburgh, you see how well they're disciplined. And the Lakers, you have to be impressed with their discipline now, despite taking four penalties.
Yeah, it's going to be a high level of hockey anytime Plattsburgh State and Oswego State meet. And, it was a win for Brockport tonight against Plattsburgh State, but I don't think you can go in with the attitude that Plattsburgh is lacking at all going into that Friday night game. Obviously, it's going to be a big game, whiteout weekend. The crowd's be in it, the players are going to be in it. But Brockport, a team that was solid towards the beginning of SUNYAC play last year, so kind of interesting.
And as for Riche, really just unhappy with the way that he let in those last 2 goals. And for him, it always seems to be like he has 1 or 2 goals every weekend where he just wants it back. And at what point does he make that save? He makes a lot of those tough saves that are just so impressive. They're so impressive and so hard to make. But then he lets in a squeaker like that, which is so deflating.
Yeah, deflating is the right word. You saw how Riche kind of reacted as soon as that goal went in. head goes down and then the body collapses. So it's just something that he didn't want to let up, and we'll see how that, he handles it post-game and how Coach Gosick thought that he performed. It was a really, solid first 2 periods. Didn't see a lot of shots, and then this third period, obviously, he's been peppered a little bit more, and the defense in front of him really didn't help him out too much, at least on the second goal.
Yeah, with 3 goals, with a 3-goal deficit for the Red Dragons, you have to wonder if and when they pull Modica with 1:40 to go as the Lakers take a shot. And Broman will push in, shoving after the whistle with Gatos, and a good kind of elder statesman job by Elkstem to pull a guy like Gatos back and don't draw in. Don't bite on Broman because he's going to push and shove quite a bit.
Yeah, and they know the scouting report on a guy like Travis Broman. But good job to avoid that penalty. And when this game's all said and done, Modica is going to have at least 45 saves in this game. He's seen, I believe, close to 51 shots on goal last time I saw on the live stats. So really an incredible game from Modica tonight.
And he's faced 54 almost exactly on that one. So really just an impressive performance. He could be a number 3 star despite giving up 6 goals as Riche angles that one. Modica's still in his net. So it looks like the Lakers won't get faced 6 on 5 as a heavy shot, but Novik will get it over to Broman, and they'll circle back around trying to kill some time. Is Jan bodying alongside, and no one looking over at Modica, so he's going to stay put here with over a minute left to go in this third period in this game.
Yeah, I mean, interesting decision for Cortland not to pull the goalie, but kind of makes sense, keep that momentum going into the next game. They actually go up against Skidmore tomorrow in their home opener.
Yeah, McMillan passed over to Novik, hesitates, looks for Broman, and he'll get it to him. Broman losing the puck, though. Looks like it was caught in the ice as Shiori will look to pick it up and go the other way with 45 seconds left to go here in this third period. Lakers leading 6-3, but Cortland trying to make some noise here as a late shot, scores! What a goal! Or rather, they wave it off, might have went off the post or the crossbar there. Luke, I think you had a better look.
Yeah, the ref was quick to wave that one off. Like you said, it looked from our angle like it might have went as that puck's going to fly out, but it ended up, I think, going right off the top of the goal, deflecting wide, but another good opportunity from Cortland, keeping the pressure on. They're not going to come away. You see on the replay here, tried to go top shelf, but quick to wave it off. But you look at Riche's body language, I think that's what kind of confused me up here, is he kind of looked like he let up a goal, but luckily for him, it whistled wide.
And he must have he must have seen it whiz by him, and sometimes your post, your net, it's your best friend at times, and for Riche, the post bailing him out there, and still good positionally sound are the Lakers and is Riche, and when you're so positionally sound, you're going to have those pucks go off the crossbar.
Yeah, it looked like the linesman there might have gone over to get a second opinion. I'm not sure exactly what was going on. The board door was open, having a little conversation with one of the people that was behind the boards, but the goal will stay off the board.
Yeah, it's Pissarro taking the faceoff alongside Ethan Homies of this third line for the Red Dragons with 27 seconds left to go. Seems like it might be a formality at the end of this game, but the Red Dragons still pushing. And it just goes to show how hard-working they are as the Lakers clear the zone.
Yeah, they've been so hard-working, and for Cortland, this is not the worst performance, especially in the first game. Modica played well. The offense showed a lot of life, especially towards the end. So a lot of positives to take away from the team that's going to be towards the basement of the SUNYAC.
And with 5 seconds left, Grupp trying to fire the zone, and they'll wave off the icing. So it looks like the play will end here with Vance getting over to none other than Joey Molinaro, who had himself an excellent day. Lakers take this one 6-3 over the Cortland Red Dragons.
Yeah, maybe not the best performance if you're Oswego State, but nonetheless, it's a win. It's a 1-0 start, and it's a 1-0 SUNYAC start for Oswego State. You look, you say maybe Geneseo could take a loss tonight. Plattsburgh took a loss, so if you're Oswego State, you say, you know what, it's a 6-3 win. Every conference game is going to be tough, and they're skating away with a win tonight.
And right now, according to the Geneseo website, they've tied the game 2-2 with just about 3.5 minutes left to go in the third period. And for the Lakers, Luke, you say they may have not played their best game, but they won by 3. So what is it that you've seen that Gosick wouldn't be happy with?
I think it's really just the defensive zone, trying to help out Riche in front. They did it a couple times, and Cortland took advantage of a couple of sloppy miscues. But I think offensively, if you're Oswego State, great job getting the lines. All 4 lines really rolled out really well tonight for Oswego State, and 6 goals is nothing to scoff at.
As we continue the handshake line for the Lakers, you love this kind of game, and for Gosick, you come away with the win, but you've got things to work on in practice, and I think that's so important for the Lakers, is to have that something to work in. They didn't play a perfect game, and maybe that's a good thing this early on, as you have stuff to work on, tangible things that you brought up, Luke, to work against for Plattsburgh. But for the Lakers, some of the penalties you commit you don't love, but there certainly wasn't any after the whistle drama.
Yeah, and you mentioned that Oswego State going into Plattsburgh, they're going to have a lot of things to work on. That game will be next Friday night, right inside MCC at 7 p.m. But like you said, if you come out and get a 9-0 win, that looks good, but maybe the players are feeling a little bit too confident. So definitely some things. I think the team and the coaching staff want to work on some things going into whiteout weekend next weekend.
Yeah, both teams, the Cardinals dropping their first game in a Brockport, and the Lakers winning this one in a fashion that you might have not expected as you were watching the game. Both hungry to win whiteout weekend. But that'll do it here. When we come back after this quick break, we'll have Brian Rudman and the guys taking you through the post-game report here on Hockey Night in Oswego on WTOP 10.
And welcome back to Hockey Night in Oswego. You're watching the post-game show here on WTOP 10 as it's the Oswego State Lakers getting their first win of the season with the 6-3 victory over the Cortland Red Dragons. The win tonight makes it 8 in a row for the Lakers against the Red Dragons. Guys, what do you see out of the Lakers tonight?
Well, it was just great stuff from them. They started off a little slow, but once they got the odd man rush going, they really christened up their passes. It made them a lot better. And they were able to play physical through 3 periods, as we'll take a look at some of the goals here. Just creating havoc in front there. I believe that's Emerson. There was nothing Modica could do about that one. Then on the other end, Riche was very good, but nothing he could do about that. A lot of the goals he gave up were really not his fault. He got turned around, he could not see, but you know, that's got to hurt his confidence a little bit. That's something that you're going to want to try to talk to him about going into the whiteout.
Yeah, and like I said before the period started was Cortland's going to make Oswego sweat a little bit here, and I think they did a really good job of that. Oswego, they continue just to not be able to shut these games out of total dominance. We think they're going to end the game on a good note, and then these flaws just pop up out of nowhere. A little bit of an alarming fact there going into whiteout, but overall a great team win.
Yeah, and Oswego obviously getting the offense rolling, putting up 6 goals. How are they able to do it?
Well, again, I mean, once they changed kind of the play style and were able to get out and get behind the defense of Cortland, they were able to make a lot better passes. They moved the puck a lot better, and just they could see the ice a lot better and see teammates for better passes as well. Also, Carson Vance was very good in the debut, shoring up that defense with Carter Allen, and that kind of allowed the Oswego offense to really start generating goals once they got used to how things were set up in the second period.
Yeah, and definitely building momentum in this game, but take a look at these stats. What does these stats show you about how this game was played?
Plain and simple, assists 10-2. You're not going to get any more looks than that. That was just perfect setting up there. A lot of playmakers on Oswego all showing out, getting everybody involved here. And again, the shots 64-43. It's hard to believe how many shots they had getting out of the first period and how they were able to adapt and move forward.
Yeah, and with this win, obviously, a lot of momentum heading into next weekend's big matchup on Friday against Plattsburgh. What does this do for this team's momentum and confidence heading into next weekend?
Well, you got to be really confident in your ability to score goals. You got to be confident in filling in with defensive players. You have more than enough of them with Vance stepping in, and you know you can score goals, and that's really what's bailed Oswego out. We talked about how they struggled to finish, allowing goals at the end. The more goals they score early, the harder it's going to be for Plattsburgh to come back if that does happen on whiteout.
I think if you're Oswego, this is exactly what the doctor ordered here. 3 straight wins going into whiteout. No matter how it was done, they won. No matter what happened, a win is a win, and if that's the opportunity that they have, so be it. They got the win, 3-0 going into whiteout.
Absolutely, big win to start off the year. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll bring you who we thought stepped up for the Lakers tonight. You're watching Hockey Night in Oswego right here on WTOP 10. And welcome back to Hockey Night in Oswego. You're watching the post-game show right here on WTOP 10 as the Lakers win 6-3 over the Cortland Red Dragons. Once again, alongside Michael Morano and Nick Ketter. I'm Brian Rudman. We're now going to throw it to Michael Gross, who's ringside right now. Michael.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with the first star of the game, Max Novick. Max, you got 2 goals, 1 assist, all in that second period, and you got that 2 points. How does it feel to get the first win of the season?
It feels amazing. You know, it was a great team win tonight. The boys played real hard. A little let up towards the end there, but overall a good effort from everyone.
Now, I know Coach Gosek talked about staying out of the box. You did a great job of that tonight. Only 3 or maybe 4 penalties tonight. What do you feel about that?
I mean, obviously, Coach talked about last weekend we're a little too undisciplined, and we made some changes today, and the boys were a lot more disciplined, so all the guys were happy with that, and obviously the coach.
Next game, you got the whiteout a week from today. What are you going to do to prepare for that one?
You know, we just got to treat it as another game. I know it's a big weekend for us, but it's just another game for the guys. We just need to keep doing what we're doing, work hard, and everything else will come.
It's the first star of the game, Max Novick, right there. Max, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
Thanks, Michael. Great stuff. Now we're going to look at some of the stars of the game who we thought really stepped up today. I'm going to start it actually with Josh Zizek, the captain for the Lakers. Came up huge today. 2 assists really leading this team. He had 5 shots on goal and in the face-off circle. 6 face-offs won, excuse me. This is really a guy who the Lakers need to step up if they're going to win and go deep in the playoffs this year. He's the captain. He's the leader of this team. He's the guy that you have to look for if you're Oswego.
Now going over now, I'm going to pick Jody Sullivan here. I'm picking him because, of course, 1 goal, 4 shots, and a block, too. He's putting his body on the line to break up these shots. I think his goal was the kind of momentum shift that the Lakers needed. It sent the momentum and the pace going into that third period, and I think without that goal, the momentum changes, and I think this is a different outcome for Oswego if Jody Sullivan does not get this crucial goal.
Well, going into it, I sound like a broken record, but Max Novick was a huge part of that odd man rush going into the second period. He had 2 goals and an assist, 3 points for him. One of those goals was shorthanded. Josh Isaac and him were a lethal combination on the odd man rush, kind of just getting behind that Cortland defense and making them pay with the quick passes. Just the team chemistry between them was really good.
Yeah, now let's look at what happened. Obviously, Oswego getting the win within the SUNYAC and in the conference. What else went on today in the SUNYAC?
Well, we saw Brockport pick up a 3-1 victory over Plattsburgh. Not really the way head coach Stephen Moffett wants to start his time at Plattsburgh. And also we had a tight game between Potsdam and Geneseo still. Not really sure how that one turned out yet, but it was tied at 2 last we know.
Yep. I think if you're the rivals, it's hard to kind of see what Oswego's doing here and try to adapt from there. I think this is a very good sign for the Lakers.
Yeah, talking about Oswego and in the SUNYAC, obviously getting the dominant win today. Geneseo in a close game. Plattsburgh struggling against Brockport. How does this shape up for Oswego looking ahead into the SUNYAC?
Well, I think it's got to be a confidence booster for the Lakers, but you don't want to look into it too much. As you can see here, in overtime, Potsdam and Geneseo, Brockport picked up the win. You have Fredonia over Morrisville 4-3, and the Lakers obviously getting that win. But if you're the Lakers, I don't know if you want to pay attention to this right now. You want to kind of fix what your issues were at the end of this game and kind of work on yourself. And I feel like if you work on yourself, then you'll just find yourself at the top of the SUNYAC standings at the end of the year.
Tedder, you stole the words right out of my mouth. No scoreboard watching here. I think this whiteout coming in, you have to focus on what you did wrong against Cortland, fix it, go into the next game. No nonsense. Keep the physicality tough like they said before. That's like kind of narrative they're going with here. You can look at the scores, but at the end of the day, that does not decide for anything.
Yeah, now we talk about whiteout next week. Big game for Oswego, obviously. What are we looking at for next week? How does this game shape up?
Well, it's going to be a different atmosphere in here for the Lakers. It's going to be loud. There's going to be tons of people. It's going to be hectic. The Lakers just have to maintain their calm demeanor, and you don't want to let Plattsburgh in the game late if you do get ahead. But it's going to be an exciting game for sure, and I'm sure the players are looking forward to it.
Yeah, big game, obviously, next week, 7 o'clock Friday, Oswego versus Plattsburgh in whiteout. All your coverage right here on WTOP 10. That's all the time we have today on the postgame show. For Michael Morano, Nick Ketter, and our entire crew here at WTOP 10, I'm Brian Rudman. Have a great night. It's Oswego with the victory, 6-3 over the Cortland Red Dragons. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great night, everybody.